vaping could be one big mass distraction.
Could be.
Well, I mean, cigarettes could be a mass distraction.
It could, yeah. I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
What time is it?
Time is it?
I'm
sensible one.
7:10.
Oh, I didn't change the damn clip.
Jerry.
I stopped it. I stopped it.
Wonder if
I wish I
Pamela
could be-
will get a visit tonight.
Of course you will. Love all our trolls.
All right.
Is that the
What time is it?
It's like probably 7:11.
10?
7:10.
To love me.
Oh, she loved,
You know what I'm saying?
she loved me very much.
She does love Trisha.
But she loves me very much, but
It's a
it's
sick
like
love.
toxic, like love.
Who?
Pamela.
Pamela?
We're live, by the way.
We got flooded by one of our videos. I think it was like an X-Files video we did. And we got flooded by the effing my ass off crew. Came in, got all these like these comments on our YouTube channel or the video. Like, where's this stuff coming from? And so apparently that was like a meme thing, the whole alien thing. So they just start coming flooding in and just start posting all this stuff. So we've had our fair share of trolls.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That happened to Heidi. Remember they had like a bunch of French people come in?
Oh, no, that was Jenny.
Oh, Jenny, yeah.
Yeah, but this has been going on since like March. Do they follow you for months, Leo?
Well, what happens is they call us, they'll call us cucks or something like that. And we're like, oh, cool. Well, just tell us what you think about our videos. And then we finally, they convert and say, okay, well, you guys are pretty cool.
It's someone from Dream whatever, SKG, isn't it? Putting you down. It's the man.
False name, been all nice, and I just said hi, Pamela. Is like
maybe she likes you. Maybe she has a secret crush on you.
She does.
I said that. I think she's dead.
Queen. She thinks she's the what is it? What queen is it?
The White Queen. I think she's gay.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, she might be.
We're live.
I've been saying we're live, and you're going on and on about it.
I think you're right. She's just gonna go have a meltdown. She's gonna fan herself like a million times.
To your,
why did you have to say that to me? I didn't think we were
to
live.
make you feel better, no one was watching.
Oh That's good.
So funny.
What's the saying? Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
No.
Hello, everyone in chat.
Loose people. Are there people in chat?
Now there are.
Was it obvious who I was talking about?
No one
I
knows
thought
who.
you said her name.
What?
Okay, let's change it.
Okay.
So much
Bananas. It's bananas.
fun. This shit's bananas.
Banana shit. Hello, everyone in chat. I don't have my tablet on, so I can't
Scott.
say hello.
Bibler.
Scott. Hello, Scott. Yeah, I'm trying to find Jerry's channel.
Oh, here.
It never shows up.
I'm not even going to go on my tablet.
Because
Can
I'm
I
a
say
subversive
hello?
motherfucker. That's why. Here.
I'm
It
just
never
going
shows
to say
up when I look for Jerry.
hello, everyone. Thank you for
I
coming.
put it in chat.
It'll be a journey.
It's going to be a blast.
Yeah,
It'll be
so
a blast.
we're going to talk about the bananas split
And I got a new
personality.
vape.
She got a new
A
vape.
sex smoke.
Yay.
Totally excited.
And I've got a nice, cigarillo. Of course we do, because you're on.
Thumbs down. Trisha, Jesus. You're here.
I don't care.
Trisha G, is that you really live? Yes, it's really me.
Oh, nobody asked if it's me? Fuck you people then.
Look, Jorge's here, Modwiz. Yeah, Modwiz. Yeah, we have trolls. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the trolls. The trolls. I love you, trolls.
So I got this clip of. Oh, I forgot to do that too. I suck tonight.
You know, we've been on fucking Zoom all day.
We've been on Zoom for hours.
I know. You think I would have had enough time to get all this set up, but no.
You didn't.
I know.
And I'm actually on camera.
Oh, you guys are pre-gaming.
So we're having a wonderful experience. Jerry's
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's right. I was going to put on makeup, but I couldn't.
That's not.
I'm playing the clip.
An 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
Apologize, I don't know any of the rest of you, but I do know Trisha. She's great. Thank you.
Okay, so
we're muted though.
They can hear us. No, now they can hear.
Oh, now they can hear us?
Yeah, after the video stopped playing.
Okay.
Quit fucking with me, Suzanne. I swear to God.
Shut up, Jerry.
Yes, it's really Saturday already. I know. I'll need to speak to you after the Hive privately.
But we'll have sidebars
in the pain closet. Okay, so what he says is that his words verbatim. You know, we haven't been back to the moon because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. But then he goes on to say it's if it didn't happen, it's nice. It would be nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep going. That's a really interesting statement. It's almost like there was a barrier of some sort that didn't allow us to get to the moon, and it was covered up by the fake moon landing. And it would be nice in the future, so all this money wouldn't get spent on this endeavor that will go nowhere. What he's kind of pointing out is like, look at, if we can't go there, if we didn't do it, what's happening to all that money? What is space? What is all this investment in space? Where's that going now? What's happening to that money? What's the Space Force all about? You know?
I got the impression, though, that he was saying that there wasn't enough money to go to, like, try to get there.
That's not...
Or...
He goes on to add a second point, which is money. And he says the other things...
He said money several times.
He says that if you want to buy new things, new rockets, instead of keep doing the same thing over and over, that's going to cost more money. So they couldn't get there with the rockets we have.
Yeah, but today we must have more money, more resources, more technology. It must be easier than the 70s.
The computer in an
60s,
iPhone,
baby.
computer in an iPhone allegedly was more computing power than what was on the Apollo missions.
I mean, how much did it cost to launch the rover?
I don't know.
To Mars.
I don't know. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it seems like we're more focused on Mars now than we are the actual.
So why is that?
Because it's a longer term goal that the people can be fooled into believing more easily.
That's right. And they can fucking give you more money, more money, more money.
Exactly.
What is it? 52. How much is it? 52 million
a day for NASA. But NASA.
52 million.
But you got to look at SpaceX because they're the ones driving this agenda.
Yeah, but they weren't the ones driving the agenda from like 63 to
No.
you know, like Elon Musk coming on the scene.
I think they're trying to outsource everything so they can escape accountability.
Right, exactly. And you told me that like a year ago.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
So are projects like Mars One, is that still active?
I don't know.
You want to believe it?
What was the scam? Wasn't Mars One
privately? Well, I don't know. I mean, I know it was privately funded, and they were taking candidates.
They were taking money from
privately funded, but what were their tax write-offs?
Oh, I don't know.
That's where we got to go. You got to follow the money.
It just, I mean, I've thought for a long time, like, why have they never gone back to the moon? Exact question she asked.
Because they never went there in the first place.
Exactly.
They never went there in the first place.
Like, why have we never gone back?
We have gone back. They went 6 times in 3 years.
When was the last time they supposedly went?
72.
Yeah, we're in 2018 now. Come on.
Right. Why haven't they gone?
Right.
Oh, well, no, Don Pettit of NASA, whatever shit role he plays in the game, he says that the technology they used to get to the moon no longer exists, so they can't go back. That is their official. That is NASA's official statement.
They surely have better technology these days. Surely.
Apparently not.
But
I don't believe that.
Sheep don't know that.
We have progressed in all areas in technology. I don't believe.
Dude, I have a fucking computer in my pocket.
We are critical thinkers. The public is not.
We have robots that do operations now. Like.
No, we don't.
And you're telling me they don't have better space? I don't believe that.
They have. They have med beds that regrow your arms holographically.
Robots make cars.
Robots are doing your operations these days a lot of the time, not even human beings.
I mean, it's technology. It may not be a robot that looks like Sophia. It's robot arms that are putting. It's robotic. It's fucking.
I want my first sex bot encounter to be with Sophia.
My gosh.
Oh, gross.
Well, join the queue. Gross. A long list, Jerry.
Sorry, Jer.
Because Arab chicks are hot, man.
She's not Arab.
She doesn't even look Arab.
She's Saudi Arabian.
She's not.
She's a citizen.
Saudi Arabian citizenship. So Jerry's just being Jerry.
Why don't you get yourself a human being, not a
They're too needy. Have to feed them and shit.
Objection. You sure you're not too needy?
Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding too.
I know.
You could be too needy.
I believe that. I believe we have been to the moon.
Maybe I am.
But
even though Buzz says they didn't go.
Yeah, but I mean, was that when he said that, was he referring to answering the question as because those people haven't been to the moon because they haven't been to the moon. No, they haven't been in the space program to do that.
He said we have not been to the moon.
He says because we didn't go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's a belief, Leo. It's a belief.
Right. Too many people.
Which is what I keep going to. It's belief systems. We have these belief systems.
When they say that we no longer have the technology to actually get to the moon.
Which is bullshit. We never fucking had it to begin with.
Now that particular statement, I'm definitely interested in because, like, what particular technology are they referring to?
Oh, I don't. It doesn't matter because it's made up. It's a made up statement.
It's totally made up.
They never had the technology in the first place.
Yeah.
It was a very odd interview when you watched him and his body language.
I will give you the MP4 that I made, and you can watch it.
Yeah, I need to watch it again because
he is. I mean, how old is he?
He's quite old now.
Yeah, okay. He could be like dementia old, but if you look at all of his interviews, he never it's crazy. If you look at all of the interviews, especially when they came back from the moon, air quotes,
mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but if that was the case, like if we didn't go to the moon and stuff, and like, why wouldn't they just? Why wouldn't
Because
he
we
just
were
like
trying to beat the
Well, I'm saying,
Russians.
like, why wouldn't he just?
Hello.
Why then wouldn't he just fake his death and be like, oh, he's dead, and just be like that?
Because he had to play out the program.
According to the other theory of the astronauts who were killed in
Gemini 3.
the spacecraft that blew up in the sky.
Gemini 3.
Apollo 11.
Yeah.
Apollo 11.
So, I mean, why wouldn't that be the same case?
Grimstake already left. What the hell?
He said something and left, but I didn't hear what he said.
I said hi to him. It's weird because I don't know about you, Leah, but he came to our military base and we had to sit through a big, long presentation about his trip to the moon. Back in, it must have been about 10-ish years ago.
In like 1998.
No, it was after 98 because Lewis was born in 98. It was like early to mid 2000s. We had this. He came to our base and give us the whole. We had to sit through his whole spiel of going to, and we were ordered to listen to it. It was a bit odd because I was like, this is a bit out of. Like, why is he?
So based on what he told you at that time, and watching this particular interview with this young girl, you see any type of similarities, or do you see anything story completely different than what he told?
Completely opposite. He was totally selling it to us that they went to the moon.
I mean, I haven't watched this video in depth. I've watched just a little bit of it, but to me, it seems like he's
telling the truth. Finally.
Well, I mean, maybe he is, like you said, he's getting up there in age, and he's trying to he's trying to spit out this information because he's told this information over and over and over. And when he's trying to, maybe he's trying to say, he's in his head, he's trying to formulate particular answers to this girl's questions because she's an actual child versus an adult, so he has to be careful, so that she understands what he's trying to say.
He said it was not a child's question to begin with. He said this is
not an 8-year-old's question.
It's my question. He was saying it's not your question, it's my question. He was redirecting it. Why haven't we been back? It's like that's what I've been asking.
So she asked, why have we not been back to the
Correct. And he goes, that's not an 8-year-old.
That's his question.
Right. But then he says, he goes,
and then he said, we never went to begin with.
But I'll tell you, because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
And it was like, whoa, drop the bomb.
And then he goes on to say, if it didn't happen, basically the public needs to know why, so we don't waste resources trying to do that again instead of hiding it. That's what I heard him say.
I mean, it's very clear that I was like, whoa, it's like somebody that's got no filter and has just totally spilt the beans, but I don't know.
Grandpa hit the fentanyl again.
Yeah, an incident like that.
Yes, Scott, I do have a beard. It's not like food crusted on my face.
My camera keeps going blurry tonight.
You were asking if you have a beard?
Someone asked me if I had a beard.
Richard Dillon. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it all.
I can't get far enough away from my camera.
It seems weird that he's come out with this when I've actually been in a live audience seeing him say the complete opposite. What is the truth?
Well, let's give him a lighter.
I think the truth is that we can't go beyond low Earth orbit. And that's what the space shuttle, the space shuttles just went into low Earth orbit. The Hubble's up, whatever they say is in orbit is in low Earth orbit.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Different levels of it. I don't know how big that is. Because they even state that NASA can't get past the Van Allen radiation belts, which are right above low Earth orbit.
Yeah, and all the astronauts are like, what? Van Allen? When they were first asked about them, they're like, what are those? No, there was no problem. We didn't have any radiation problem. Okay. Really?
I'm sorry, I'm reading chat.
Fine.
Yeah, like Gus Grissom. I walk is saying the few of the original crew died in unusual circumstances, like Gus Grissom.
Yeah. They probably wanted to fucking say what really happened.
And you see how they crucified him in The Right Stuff too, as having brought trinkets into space to sell when he wasn't famous anymore. So it's all his fault. Like his coins got loose or
that
whatever.
Son of a bitch.
My mother was gonna name me after the first woman on the moon. I'm glad she didn't.
Who was that?
Valentina, her name was.
That's a pretty name.
I don't like it.
You would if it was your name.
Valentina would not fit you.
No. Because she wanted to name me after the first woman on the moon.
You're not a Val.
But all the astronauts are trannies, so they're already women.
I'm glad that they disagreed on that one.
So I was thinking about the ISS too. The ISS could totally be something on a balloon or something in low Earth orbit.
I think it is on a
And
balloon.
when they show you video from inside, it's in the studio somewhere. Yeah. That way they can still have it going above, and it could just be, maybe a weather satellite with all kinds of sensors and shit. A camera. But that would explain a lot of shit.
Why do they have to shoot up rockets full of lithium to find out where the fucking air, but we don't know.
Science, brah. Science.
We don't know how the wind, we don't know about the wind.
Yes, we do.
We have to shoot up a rocket with lithium to find out where the wind blows.
That's government mind control experimentation. That's completely different.
I know it's different.
That's CIA versus DOD mind control. Two different things.
No, it's not. It's the same fucking shit. They're all they all blend together.
I was kidding. Greatest potential. I don't know that.
Isn't Admiral Byrd the one linked to Antarctica? Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know what to think about that. It sounds crazy.
That's all new to me, but it's something I've heard of recently.
Sounds like just another story, a rabbit hole for people to chase.
It's a rabbit hole.
It goes nowhere and has no treasure.
It was his nephew.
It gets a belch for me.
Yeah, but don't a lot of the presidents and prime ministers go to Antarctica?
Yeah, everyone goes there. Everyone.
Allegedly.
John Kerry went there.
Where the fuck is it really?
John Kerry went there on election day.
Who did?
On election day.
John Kerry, our current Secretary of State.
Maybe he mailed in his ballot that day.
No, they also had the Russian head of the Orthodox Christian Church went down there.
I know.
The Pope's been down there. All the dignitaries, like
That's
the Queen.
What I mean. All these big names and dignitaries are supposed to have gone to Antarctica.
But
they're how's in Antarctica? I was so naive.
The heads
of,
but it's the heads of, like royal families more than dignitary.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like the bloodlines go down there.
Royal family is Kerry.
I think he's in
wife is the fucking
Hines. Yeah, but they're in one of. He might have just been an emissary. I'm just saying.
Then why haven't they asked?
Oh my god! I don't know. Go ask him.
I just noticed they do seem to name like President of America, like
Obama never went.
Because it's always a distraction.
Well, Trump's supposed to have gone. Wasn't like.
When did Trump go?
Supposedly, I don't know for definite.
I never heard that. I didn't know that he went.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that what you read or what you heard.
Well, that's it.
True. I just haven't heard that.
We can assume it happened, but it could be fake.
It's funny how I'm just reading this here. Trump's false claims about polar ice caps. So all the climate people are claiming, that they're melting and shit. And he's like, they're not melting. And then it comes out, oh, they're really not melting, or like it's normal, but they've already branded a lie from him. It's funny. I don't see anywhere.
They've been trying to melt the ice caps since the 60s. I mean, there's documentation saying they wanted to melt the ice caps.
Anyway, Trump's never been to Antarctica, and I don't think any U.S. president has.
Didn't Obama go? I thought Obama went.
I'm looking it up.
Why are they trying to melt the ice cap?
Maybe they thought there was some more fake fossil
Maybe that's
fuel
the
under
gateway
there.
to Middle Earth, and they're trying to get in.
Could be.
Wait. This is hilarious.
Doesn't
So,
want to flood us out.
I looked this up on Quora, and it says, has any U.S. president visited Antarctica? And the first answer is, it's second answer, sorry. Second answer says, it's impossible to visit Antarctica as it doesn't exist. The ice walls are 200 feet high to keep the water from spilling over the edge of the earth. Don't believe the round earthers' lies. So anyway, no U.S. president.
What if that was really true? Like, what if there was an ice wall and
It's highly unlikely.
if you went over it, like, you just fell off into nothing? Like,
You won't.
Well,
Like
years
in
ago,
the
I used to think
States.
nobody went to Antarctica because of how it was, but then who am I? I might just be naive.
What if it's a big ice ball? Like it's a
It-
giant freaking ice ball, and we're just a melted little puddle.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
like,
probably.
well, what if we're
There's
like,
several puddles all around us. We just don't.
no,
It's just the
Here-
edge of
here's
the
where we're-
toroid field. It's nothing more than that. You can't go beyond it.
we're Horton's Here's a Who.
Oh, that's so profound. I don't even understand it.
You never watched the movie Horton Here's a Who?
I did, but I don't know how it applies to Antarctica.
Because we're like the fucking, like the little, like we're like the little speck of dust on the flower that Horton hears
Oh, who's Horton?
somebody talking. I don't know. He's like Horton.
But who is he
But
in this scenario? The space monster?
No, he's not a space monster. He's just,
An elephant?
there's just like, no,
I'm
he's just like a
confused.
being.
Is he
Like, he's
turtle
just
that
like
holds
a-
up the Earth? Maybe.
I think they got the turtle holding up the earth because of
It's an Indian Hindu thing.
how, right, it is. It's a Native American thing.
what's
And
it?
they all came from, like if you look at,
I always had the hots
So
for
if
Cindy
we-
Lou, who
all right, so if there really was, if North America was like the pole, like if we had ice everywhere for a long time,
Yeah.
and then everybody came from the Pacific Ocean in boats, and they're like, holy fuck, there's total ice here, let's turn around, and then and then they keep going back to see, well, has the ice melted, and then it finally melts. They're like, hey, there's a lot of shit here, we should check this out. I mean, I could totally see that happening. Why wouldn't you? You're on little islands in the ocean, and you're gonna explore. Like, who
Well, I mean, it
wouldn't
is-
explore?
It is odd that there was so much excitement from multiple nations to explore Antarctica, and all of a sudden it just stopped.
Well, no, they made this treaty that nobody was gonna get any of the,
nobody
the
could own it.
resources.
The Antarctica Treaty states that nobody can own it. It's a joint research area. That's what it says
I
on
could've-
paper. Who knows what
I'd
it?
love to go just to find out what it's
Which
really
means,
You can go. It's
guess
just like
what?
70 grand.
Guess what? That means it's the last fucking bastion of resources, and we're fucked if we have to tap into that
Or
shit.
there's an ancient race of humans there.
No,
If
I
was
think
a millionaire, I'd go and find out what's there.
I think it's
You
the last
can't. You
bastion
can't
of
go. No,
resources.
no, it's not. Why would that be? And the North Pole wouldn't be.
What's at the North Pole?
Nothing.
Wasn't it?
Santa
Wasn't the
Claus.
North, wasn't the North Pole like a gateway to the Middle Earth?
That's
Yeah.
maybe, but who
With the
kno-
4 rivers that come out, yeah. But what if they flipped it? Because there is a map where they have it flipped upside down.
that's the underworld.
Underworld.
That's what would be the inner Earth. Inside, underneath, is the underworld.
Oh yeah, there's a sun. There's another sun.
The black sun. It's like the inverter
The
here. It
black
might be
sun is
paradise. We
just
might be in the
like that.
underworld. Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe it's all fucked up. I don't know. Mark Richards declined our over-the-phone interview.
I don't know.
I
I'm
would
sorry,
love to go
Jeff.
there
That's
just to
too
see what
bad.
really is there.
You would never know though, Trisha. They would show you around the base, and they go, you can't walk here, you can't walk there, you can't look here, you can't look there. Don't even try to take one of those tracker shit things out, because we'll stop you and we'll shoot you if you try.
Go away.
Yeah.
In Antarctica, you mean?
Yeah, in Antarctica.
Yeah, you can't get near it.
They won't let you go.
Go ahead, try and climb that ice wall. Go ahead, I dare you.
I probably need some help.
I got
I'll
your,
help you.
I got
I'll
your
go
back.
with you. I got your back.
Oh yeah.
I got your back, sister.
I'll be right behind you.
I'll be right back. I will actually. I would go in front of you.
I'll even push.
And Jerry could push you from the back.
I'm just gonna watch on the screen.
Of course you would, Leo.
Watch the live feed from the UN security.
Leo would be our cameraman.
I'll just direct you and be like, all right, yeah, you're doing good. Keep it up.
Crew of lunatics is scaling in the ice wall today.
Over. Jerry will be pushing her up from the bottom.
I'll read everybody's minds.
It's like, isn't it a dance? Dance.
Exactly.
Well, when you do the assault course, you keep each other up.
That's right.
It'll be an assault.
But I'm such a badass.
Assault on my muscles.
I would be like, fuck it. I'm gonna scale this piece of shit wall.
I'd be zipping it for Suzanne. I'm like, psh.
Have you guys
anyone ever remote viewed Antarctica?
I remote viewed something yesterday. I saw Bix Weird put up a target ID, so everybody remote view this. And I remote viewed it, and I saw was 3 fish hooks like hanging from the top of a porch swing going back and forth.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that weird?
You know what that means?
No, I have no idea.
Are you fucking kidding me? You don't know what that means?
3 fish hooks? Like giant fish hooks? No, I have no idea. They went fishing?
What happens when a fish is on a hook?
Gets at
Put in its mouth.
it dies? What? Speak.
You're reeling something in, you know, like you got a fish on a hook, you're reeling it in. It could be fucking totally fake, but you're reeling that shit in.
3 times.
3 times.
So wait,
the same target that,
wait, I was getting fucked over, or he was?
The whole thing.
It's his target. What I mean, I don't understand what you're saying. Who's getting reeled in? From where? What? What are you laughing at?
So
I sneezed.
Oh, okay.
No, was that the
You're
target
off the hook.
Algar?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I just saw when I was scrolling past, he had a sign that said "Remote View this," and I did.
If Jerry posts a video for you to watch, just know he's not watched it himself.
That's not true.
So do not ask him.
That is absolutely not true. I usually
most of the time it is true.
If I post it in the CWS General, I've watched it.
Okay. I always have to clarify, Jerry, did you watch this?
Yeah,
I'm very wary of doing remote viewing when it's set up. I like things to just happen naturally.
You should totally remote view.
It's a different kind of remote viewing. There's a CRV, which is control remote viewing, and then, you know.
I like doing my own remote viewing.
That's different.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's not different. I don't know what it is. I've never done that because I don't have I don't have a target. I prefer to have a target that I don't know what it is.
Weird thing is, the other night, Lewis and I dreamt about, again, it was a different person, but we dreamt about the same person doing the same thing on the same night. That was a bit
Wait, you just said it was a different person.
I mean, we dreamt about, no, sorry, roll back. We had another dream previous weeks ago about one person on the same night. And we dreamt about another person on the same night, and we dreamt the same thing.
That's
where was Masco during all this?
She was going in between the rooms.
Yes, I want to know.
Filling them in on the information.
Trisha, I don't think we've had
about this thing.
I don't think we'd had bad weather, so I think she was outside. No, but seriously, we both dreamt about the same person spying on Lewis, and I'm like, whoa, and like
That's
he
crazy.
wouldn't have known what I dreamt. I think I had a premonition.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Was it this past week?
just a couple of days ago. I don't want to say too much in case she watches it because she knows my channel, but it's a girl he dated. We dreamt about her.
You don't have to say that.
No.
You could just say it could be anybody.
Well, a person, yeah. But
A lesbian person?
I've been dreaming. Really. What did he say?
A lesbian person
No.
that we know. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about that
It
thing.
was a girl Lewis was dating.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing like that.
Was she hot?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm not into women.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
You just have to say yes or no.
I'm not into young girls or boys. Like, Jesus Christ.
You're just trying to get your goat.
I know he is, and I'm not biting. I went through a phase about a month or so ago of not remembering my dreams, but now they've come back with a vengeance and they're really vivid. I can't share them though.
Not publicly.
You had those kind of dreams too, huh?
Yeah.
This past week?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I had a few myself.
I watched the movie on Netflix.
You weren't in a mansion by any chance, were you?
That was my dream.
Wait, what? You dreamt you were in a mansion, Jared?
No, just hold on. You didn't dream you were in like a mansion, did you?
I did dream of a mansion in the past.
Wait, no, in the last 2 weeks, did you dream you were in a mansion?
Well, I don't know if it was in a mansion.
Well, when I took a mansion,
what about a big house?
Home.
Were you making a deal with anyone?
Like stately Wayne Manor.
That's right.
I don't know. I did have a dream like it was a house, but it wasn't like a mansion. I don't know.
Well, that's what I would call a mansion. It was like
okay, but what were you doing in that house?
Mine was a castle.
Were you watching TV?
He was playing Fortnite.
I'm not saying anything.
Just so everyone in chat knows, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Trying to do a deal with a guy to do with your work? Partly.
No.
Okay.
No, this is different. But
okay.
A long time ago, I had a dream of being in a giant mansion, and I walked room to room, and there was different people having sex in these different rooms and stuff. It was the weirdest shit ever.
I'm not going to go into detail on camera, but
yeah, but your dream didn't have anything to do with sex, Trisha.
Well, not watching other people, no, but
no,
it was a big mansion.
Wait, you've had dreams about watching other people have sex?
No.
Okay.
Said people were having sex.
Oh, everyone has sex all the time.
I was in this big mansion, and it wasn't in the UK. I think we've worked out. It wasn't in America. I think it was Europe.
It was in Europe.
Yeah, and it was this big state, like I would call a mansion, which is a huge home, very minimalist. But I'm not going to share it all publicly.
No, don't. You don't have to.
I thought Leo was going to say something very similar, which would have been really freaky.
It would have been a total synchro.
Yeah, it would have been. But he failed.
Leo, God damn it.
I'm joking. Yeah.
But no, it's interesting. Like,
I'll have to tell you some time off camera.
When you're talking about you have to remember your dreams and they're starting to come back. That's pretty much what happened as well.
Yeah, I had this for about 2 weeks where I couldn't remember.
Wait a minute. What?
Well,
you couldn't remember your dreams?
Well, yeah, I brought it up. Remember?
Yeah.
After visiting the Serpent Mountain.
Yeah, but you were sleeping for like fucking 12 hours a night.
So since you've been to the Serpent Mountain,
so I should remember like 200 dreams, right?
So since you've been to the Serpent Mountain, have your dreams been more vivid?
No, he hasn't had any dreams. He's been sleeping like 11 and 12 hours a night.
After
you can sleep 10 hours and still dream.
I heard this guy the other day say that mounds were energy suckers. They sucked energy out of you, and that pyramids put out energy.
That what? Pure what?
Pyramids emit energy,
Oh,
and
pyramids.
mounds suck it
I mean,
in.
that could be why I've been sleeping for like 12 hours.
Yes, but
A lot of people have recently with the eclipse and all the energy. So
I've been like so tired. I'm going to sleep at 10 o'clock. It's crazy.
I'm not sleeping. I'm the opposite. I'm like
I'm the opposite too.
I'm wide awake, like an energized bunny kind of thing.
An energina?
No, like an energized bunny.
Oh,
Like
energized.
constantly.
Sorry, I misheard that. Yeah, Tim Refat said that. That's right. I don't know if I believe his stuff.
No, I was just curious, since you've been to the mound, are you dreaming more vividly or anything? Or not?
I would say like, I know I have dreams, but when I wake up, I don't remember anything.
Well,
I know that I was dreaming something, but unless like something happens during the day that triggers that memory, you'll be, oh, okay, I had a dream about that. But no, I haven't. Like until like after this eclipse, been super energized, ready to go. I'm starting to remember my dreams again, so I don't know.
Yeah, because a few weeks ago, I went through about 2 weeks where I wasn't remembering my dreams at all. Whereas normally I dream very vividly and I remember them it's like a movie script. But it's come back with a vengeance where I'm remembering like a movie script every day. I could tell you now what I dreamt very vividly the other day.
Yeah, it's been more of very type of dreams. Some of them have been vivid, but they've been more abstract in nature, meaning the environment randomly shifting and people morphing and stuff like that. Typically, I have pretty grounded dreams. Like I have dreams that are very realistic.
Yeah, this is what mine have been, very vivid, like the characters, people are who they are. And it's
right, but recently I've had just type of dreams I've been having. It's just more abstract versus being grounded. So I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, usually I remember
But
my
I have
dreams.
slept a lot this past week. I'm 10 to 12 hour,
Well,
a day.
remember being a Gemini, Mercury's in retrograde now, so us Geminis are going to be affected more. Geminis and Virgos feel any Mercury retrograde more than others. That's something to be aware of.
But I mean, I think I do like
Gatorade.
I think Jerry is right. I think it does. I think the mounds definitely take some of your energy. But I
heard someone say that. It's not mine.
When people come to me with like personal issues or they tell me their life story, I think they're pulling some of that energy from me.
Mm.
I mean, it's nothing that I really recognize, but I have noticed before in the past, like if it's very lengthy and it's very emotionally toned, I do feel tired.
I was making some videos earlier and I looked at you as an example because when you look at the two numbers before you make your life path number, you're a 28-1. So the 2, hopefully you don't mind me sharing this.
I don't care.
2 in the 28 is you're highly intuitive, but very sensitive, and it's a very loving number. So you got lots of business numbers, but you have got a side to you that's very intuitive and like a psychic sponge. I was just thinking because like when I was going through all 9,
you have to ask yourself if each of these people are sponge worthy that you meet.
No,
but I was just looking like
totally sponge worthy.
Who did I know that was life path 1? Who did I know that was? And I went through all of them thinking of examples just to look at what they actually were. And you were a 28-1, so you've got the 2 and the 8 vibration before you get to the 1, and the 2 is very intuitive but sensitive. So you'll be like a psychic sponge. Meaning you have to be careful about the energies you surround yourself with. But
No, I'm aware of that.
yeah, it's all right. Jerry's a 25/7, so he's got a real. That's a doozy, that one.
Ooh, yay me. I still don't know what it means.
It's a contradiction in terms.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
But anyway, that was what I was doing today.
So football's starting soon, huh?
Football?
I don't know what else is going on in the world.
Oh.
What was I, Trisha? I was like the bitch number.
No, you're not the bitch. Ooh, Jesus, I was frowning then. Look, I have the big one. You're a 34/7. That's not a bitch number.
Which meant what?
Numbers in numerology.
I'm just.
You're 34/7. So the reason I was making these videos is because you could meet somebody or be with someone whose life path number is a challenge, like my son and I, ours are a challenge. But if you look at the two numbers before you get to the life path number, you could have a number in common, which shows that's where the attraction comes from, or the connection, or the deeper understanding.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think for you, Suzanne, I can't remember if I worked your husband's out, because I know your husband's life path 1. But
yeah, he was a 3 something.
Wasn't there a 3 in his, and you had a 3? So it was something you had in common. Oh yeah, the creativity. Yeah.
Yep. He was a. Was he a 3/7? I can't remember. Anyway,
it was just it was an idea I had because I get a lot of
yeah, it's a great idea. It's awesome. I love it.
Because like
I just want to show. I want somebody to show that I really am an asshole.
You're not. Oh my god.
But we know that already.
Christ, because she's not an asshole.
No, but I am.
No, well, 7's a highly psychic. You just know people are BSing you.
Only when she's driving.
And she's a Nephilim.
I've never had road rage in my life, I don't think.
Oh my god.
That's surprising considering where you're at.
Jesus. Every day.
Me?
Because when I was there, oh my god, I wanted to wanted to park the vehicle and just leave it. Just walk away.
The only time I got upset was when my son was a baby and I went to park in the mother and baby slot, and somebody that had no children, no disabilities, parked right in my slot, and I was like, got out of my car and I was like, this is Mama Bear came out that day.
Yeah.
That was the time I've kicked off.
I had to remember every time I came to a roundabout, in my head I had to think opposite direction.
Yeah, you have to look for the right.
Don't go the other way.
I've seen people go
it's
around.
just habit, you just
yeah, because it's the opposite way for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so but there's people that go into roundabouts that just like stop.
You guys do.
They don't know what the fuck to do.
I've seen British people go around.
And you're on the left side, so it's like it's mass confusing. It's like when you first get there, it's like, okay, I'm driving on the right side, but I'm going clockwise. It's like you have to mentally picture this in your head. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, you're gonna psych yourself, and you're gonna go counterclockwise to clockwise, and you're gonna cause all kinds of problems.
IRX says, Trisha, you have a driver's license? ? I've had one since I was 17. Is that surprising? I passed first time when I was 17.
See, they have like roundabouts here, like where I live. They have a few of them.
Yeah, you must have roundabouts.
And people aren't used to them, so they're confused. Like they'll be in a roundabout and they'll stop.
Idiots.
And they'll yield. I'm like, no, you have to keep going. Like this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've seen
and
people...
they don't stay in their lane because they don't know which direction they're going. They're all confused. And
there's a church up the road with a roundabout, and I was going around it once, and a British person was coming round it the wrong way. I was like, what the hell are they doing? I was like 17 and they were going the wrong way around the roundabout. It was crazy.
One time we had a roundabout not too far from the last house we owned in Riverbank, and we heard this big like boom. A dude went drove right into the roundabout. Like he was obviously drunk.
Like he took a shortcut straight across.
Right. He tried to go straight through the roundabout. It was hilarious. He was fine. So it was pretty hilarious, but I was like, that's how it should be. These roundabouts fucking suck because nobody knows how to work them.
Didn't Mythbusters have an episode where they did they timed like traffic in roundabouts versus like at stoplights?
Just like merging. Like nobody knows how to merge on the freeway. How do you merge?
Oh no.
Oh my god. We gotta merge.
But at the same time, sometimes the merge lane ends like 20 feet as soon as you get to the interstate.
Well,
You know, so you
yeah,
only have a
but
split second to like, okay, you have to get up to like 70 miles an hour, and then you have to merge in some of these
well, you know.
Do you have many roundabouts in America? Because I've only ever been once, and that was to Florida.
Yeah, we have a lot. They're getting more and more, which is
this
Yeah,
area,
by me, they're putting them
Very few.
everywhere. I hate them.
Do you have double
I fucking
roundabouts?
hate roundabouts.
Do you
Yeah,
have
if
double
I had to go through a double roundabout, I would probably like ram people's cars.
Oh, that's
I think
funny.
we have one here. It's actually a triple roundabout.
A triple
Oh
one.
my god, are you kidding me?
I have a quadruple one.
What?
No, you're not, Jerry. You're just black cat.
A triple roundabout?
No, then you're supposed to go name that roundabout.
Oh my god. People literally go
Three lanes.
like they start to go in, there's no cars, but then they stop. I'm like, it doesn't say stop.
3 lanes, and
What the fuck?
there's a train track there too.
Three
So
lanes,
the
that
train
sounds
comes
like
across,
our-
everyone's
Survival of the fittest.
I love obstacles.
That sounds like our motorways, 3 lanes.
That's what I was going to do.
You must have driven on. Did you drive on our motorways, Leo, when you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have done, yeah.
Well,
I want to go on the Audubon.
Well, yeah, we did Audubon too.
I wish really we had the
That's
Audubon
crazy.
everywhere.
Isn't it like no speed limit? When I went
Yeah, it's
on
just
Fun,
Just
fun,
go.
fun.
They just
I would
go.
love that.
I was 14 when
Fun.
my friend's father was driving, and it was just he was in the UK Air Force in Germany, and it was just like crazy.
Well, there you go. He could fly a plane. He could drive the Audubon.
Oh no, he wasn't a pilot. He was a military policeman, actually.
Oh well, you know, he had military
But
police.
they were
training.
driving fast.
Yeah, they have to like military personnel. They have to, basically say, all right, we know there's no speed limits, but
Yeah, we've got to be sensible.
too fast.
Yeah, sometimes
I drove 120. We rented one of those. Oh God, what is it? The Dodge. Is it Dodge? They kind of look like the Firebirds, but they're not a Firebird. They're the fast cars. The cops have them now.
Oh, Chargers.
Yeah, we rented a Charger. We went on like the paid toll road down when we lived in Southern California, and it got it up to 120. The boys were like freaking out. Oh my God, you're going so fast! Like the only reason you know that I'm going fast is because I told you I'm going 120. It does not feel like 120, and there's nobody behind me, and there's no one in front of me.
Is that miles per hour or kilometers?
Yeah, miles per hour. And then my daughter was like, they could have arrested you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, really? I didn't even know that.
That's double the speed limit on the motorway.
Well, it's like it's 70 on the, but
even if like there was no speed limit, I wouldn't want to drive that fast. I mean,
yeah, but see, I'm a very defensive driver. I always watch every fucking thing
what if
around
your tire
me.
would have exploded?
Well, yeah, exactly. Right.
You just die faster. That's all.
If that had happened, right, you would die faster.
For me, 70 is pretty fast enough. 70, 80 is way faster.
Like 90, 100.
I want to fucking go down in flames. Flames.
I literally would drive 100 miles an hour to and from Southern California to Northern California when we were moving. When I had my Suburban, it was mostly like 95. It's all flat. There's nobody on the road.
Hold on, after me.
I would go like
it's like
at night. Yeah, I would go at night, and I'm a very defensive driver. Like, yeah, okay, right. Shit could happen. Your tire could explode. Whatever, So then you have to know, like, which way to turn your wheel, and like you have to know that shit. So,
sorry, my son just wants to say hello.
Lewis!
Hey, sexy.
Hello, Jerry, Leanne, and
no, Leo.
Are you pissed? He's pissed.
Suzanne,
oh my God,
that's it.
he's drunk.
Suzanne!
Leo.
That's what I misheard you. I'm a bit. Katie, come here.
Oh my gosh.
Katie's there.
Katie.
Katie's here.
Katie.
I could sing that song.
I want to see Katie.
I could sing that song. Katie.
Come say hi,
Oh,
Katie.
You look beautiful.
Oh, be quiet.
You can't look as bad as us.
Just come and say hello.
Hello.
Katie.
Fuck, she's hot.
She looks magical.
She's hot.
She's magical.
We want to see her tattoo again.
Shut up, Jerry.
No,
she's young.
I still want to. She's not under 18. Can we see your tattoo again?
Oh, your tattoo. I thought you said something else.
No, why would I? That would be rude.
I know. Well, you never know. Ooh, wow, that's awesome.
I like the colors. Awesome.
I do too.
Very nice.
At least you're home safe. All right. Good night.
Thank you, Lewis, for coming home safe.
Good evening, Mr. Brisson.
Sorry about that, guys.
John.
I was like, I could hear
it's
noises.
awesome.
Like, oh my God, they're actually home.
Oh God.
Yeah, but now they're going to be. Now they're going to be.
I can't believe he called you Leanne.
You'll be hearing this on the.
He called Leo Leanne.
Leon.
Leanne, a girl's name.
No,
But
it's a song.
now they're just going to be making noise in the next room. It's going to be too distracting for you.
No, they'll be quiet.
Should we get the paper out?
I think if
Hi, Suzanne.
they see Zachary drunk, I think
How
they'll
did that
be.
song go?
Katie.
No. Leon liked his money.
Oh, not Leon. Levon.
No, it's Quinn Leo.
Liam. Oh,
Leanne.
damn it.
That's
Oh,
a
it's-
girl's name, Leanne.
I always think it's Leo. It's Leo.
Yeah, they're both redheads. She's a different type of red.
I mean, Leon.
A bottle? Out of a bottle, redhead?
That's your alter ego now, Leo Leanne.
That's his tranny name.
That's his trying name.
Everyone calls me.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you.
I'll find you. I will hunt you.
Oh my God.
Are we drunk yet?
Oh boy.
That's nice.
I can relax.
No, we're not
now.
drunk yet.
I feel relaxed now. I know they're home safe.
So I was gonna start.
I know,
I was
me
thinking
too.
I could start a GoFundMe and like pull a tooth live on YouTube.
Shut up. No.
Why not?
Oh my God. Because nobody's going to watch that shit, Jer.
Oh, I
I
bet
still
people,
have a.
people would watch
still
it.
have a baby tooth.
Let me
What the fuck was that?
let me pull it on YouTube.
Wait, where
I'm
is
serious,
my
I still have a baby
vape?
I'm serious too. I want to pull it.
tooth.
God damn it.
Hey, John.
Hi, John. Sorry, we got totally distracted. John.
Suzanne's gone. We
John.
can talk now.
What?
No, sorry.
Suzanne's going to what?
I said you were gone. We could talk now.
Shut up.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hey, we can
Hey,
hear
we
you.
can
Hi,
hear you
John.
now.
Sorry, it's storming over here pretty bad.
Long time. Yeah, we've had really bad storms here. I've not spoken to you in ages.
There it is.
Yeah, you guys, you been doing okay,
Down in
Trish?
my
What was that, John?
You been doing okay?
Yeah, cool, thank you. We should catch up sometime.
Yeah, she has some interesting information for you.
Yes, yes, definitely. I have some that might be useful for you too.
Yeah, that's code for like, we'll swap.
We'll gossip later.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, we've had really bad storms and the sky was going purple and like horizontal lightning. I'm going to put a little thing together with all the clips when I do it.
Do
It
what?
was
When was this?
last night and the night
Last night.
before. We had torrential rain, thunderstorm. I was videoing it live out the window and the lightning was coming horizontal, meeting like in the middle, and the sky was going purple or white. The whole sky lit up white, like it was broad daylight. It was crazy.
The last Friday we had like 4 tornadoes where I'm at.
Well, it felt like a mini tornado came through. Wait,
Tornadoes are a
but, like,
hoax on a flat Earth.
wind. It was like everything was blown, all in the back. Everything was blown over. Like it was crazy. It was hot 1 minute, and the next minute it was
Yeah,
like,
we had a lot of horizontal lightning as well.
yeah, we normally get like fork lightning going down, but it was like going like that on the full moon.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Did you take any pictures?
yeah. I live streamed it out the window, and then I've took screenshots. I'm going to put it all together. That was just with my mobile phone.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen the video.
Yeah,
A
but
little
when
bit
you
of it.
slow it right down, there's some pretty good shots in there.
Reminds you of the what's that movie? World War of the Worlds. They slow down the lightning strike, and they can see the little pod like coming down and implanting into the ground.
I've never watched that film.
One with Tom Cruise.
It's a creepy fucking movie.
That's what you were on about earlier, weren't you, Jerry? War
That
of the Worlds.
was exactly what I was on about earlier. It was yesterday, though, I think.
Because Jerry
Well,
had
that's the
purple
remake.
lightning, and his footage was better than mine.
I'm about to share a screen.
He wants to black cat me.
What?
There's a saying called black cat when somebody wants to outdo you.
No, not at all.
I'm joking.
I am reinforcing you. That's a good one. That's
Who's
a
going
good one.
pee?
These are just
I'm not kidding. I'm just putting some.
I know.
these are just
lemonade.
frame grabs out of a video that I made.
I should have muted myself.
You're fine.
And this one, Leo, looks like
You have to zoom out. You can't see it.
that's as zoomed out as I can get.
Well, it didn't look like that when you showed me.
I don't know.
Because
looks
we have
like the dog
special
out of-
access.
It looks like the dog.
Yeah,
out
it looks
of
like the
room.
never-ending story
Yeah,
dog.
it's that dragon
It doesn't
dog
Look at that, Leo.
with the taser on its head.
I can't see it like that.
I don't know what the problem is, but it's the same picture.
When you showed me, I was like, "Oh my god!"
It was
that's a
because
dog.
it was light, Trisha. He had it in the light.
It was smaller.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can flip through them quickly and see how it flashed, you know? All right, so it was smaller.
Yeah,
was a
so now
smaller-
Mars is next to the moon.
How about that?
I got pictures of it
That's it,
last
yeah.
night.
You can see the dog's face now, and the like nose.
Eyeball, ears, nose. The tail's
see
going.
it?
Here's the tail off in the distance, and there's a little boy on the back
2 eyes
riding it.
below the spark.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
At first, I saw like nostrils, and I thought it looked like the never-ending story. But then I
It
saw.
took me a while to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see the dog straight away.
But there's also an elongated skull alien Anunnaki right here too. If you look, this is his ear. This is his brow. We got a nose here. We got eyeballs.
Stop talking about my people, Joe.
It's very clear. Can't you see it? Here, I will zoom in on that so you can
No,
see
I
it.
cannot.
Right here. Here's the skull. That's an ear.
Oh, I
Ooh,
see it now.
You know what I can do? Watch this. There's an ear.
Mm-hmm.
There's the skull.
You've been watching too much
yeah.
Brian
This
Forrester.
nose. Here's his brow right here. You got an eye. Cheek. See?
The dog one's better.
Oh my god. All right, everybody. I walk Grace Potential, Miss Tree. Everybody. Hello. I'm sorry. I cannot type on this piece of shit tablet that I have.
Bloody quit typing and talk. Yeah,
Well,
like,
I'm just trying to say hello to everybody because I don't want everybody to think that I'm not trying to say hello. I'm trying to type, but this piece of shit tablet.
Well, you could just say hi to everyone.
Well, I did, but then everybody says hi personally, and then I want to say hi personally to everyone.
because
That
she's
tablet
like
never
she's
did you.
like that.
Okay, well, it didn't do
Blame it on
anything
Mercury
to me. You're
retrograde,
right.
Sam.
Is that an
It
Apple?
just is a no. It's
Samsung.
an Amazon Fire
Oh, no wonder.
tablet or whatever.
Who's going to blame it on Apple?
It's taken over.
I know because he hates Apple.
I
So
hate
do
Apple.
I. I have a
hate Apple.
love-hate relationship with Apple products.
I'm a Samsung person.
Dude, look, I literally have had insurance to go fix my computer, my MacBook, for the last year, and a half, Jer? Has it been a year and a half? God, it's probably been almost 2 years since I have not had a computer. And I don't want to go to the Apple store. That is how bad I fucking hate the Apple store. I've not had a computer for that long.
But yeah, breakfast
it was
this
me.
morning. Oh, breakfast this morning.
Oh.
We met up breakfast, and I think someone in my family was talking about when they went to the Apple store. It was weird because when they go there, everyone's like super friendly, like joyous that you have graced them with your
Their
presence when you walk
right?
in. So I don't know.
I want presents.
Yeah,
I want presents.
creepy. But then they make you wait. They'll be like, "Yeah, your appointment's at 2," but then you gotta wait till like 2:30. And Trisha knows.
It's because they
like
overbook. They overschedule.
1 fucking second longer.
I've never been to an Apple store in my life.
You're lucky.
Thank God.
I probably wouldn't go.
You're lucky.
You can just get your phone contracts over the phone here. You don't even need to go to a shop.
See, I don't even want to go to. Jack wants me to get on his phone plan, so he's like, "Well, look at the phones." I'm like, "Dude, I already have a phone that can connect to Wi-Fi. So, like, any phone that I get, I don't even care what it is. It would just be like an emergency call phone. I'm not gonna be using it for anything else."
Apple was okay if you're doing like any type of like graphic design work or stuff.
Well,
like
yeah, like I told you, I was doing
But
invitations, but it
I
took
used
a
it.
long
We were
time
forced
to
to
figure
use
that
it.
shit out.
We were forced to use it in the field, like the tablet and the iPhone, and it was a pain in the butt because every time we had to update the apps, we had to wait to get approval.
Hell yeah, Steph! I'd totally rip off all my toenails before I go to the damn Apple store.
I'd rather be kicked in the balls
Right.
than have my toenails cut off.
You have to wait for permission to update the apps.
But yeah, because it was an enterprise account, so
Yeah,
the apps were custom. So anytime Apple came up with an iOS update, we had to wait like months before we could update it.
I would never update like they had. I think I started out with, I don't know. I started out with something, and then they wanted me to update to Lion, and I waited forever. They wanted me to update to whatever. I don't know. I just never would. I never would update all that crap. So I hate the update.
I just stick with Android.
Well, no. Well, that was for the laptop. So I try not to update on my iPhone either, but sometimes they try to trick you. They totally try to trick you. They will put up the screen where you have to type in your code, and then they'll say, update now or remind me later. And you have to be quick. You have to go, oh no, remind me later. Okay, we'll remind you later. Yeah, fuckers. I would have updated it if I wanted to update it. If I wanted to update it earlier, but I don't. Stop trying to trick me.
It only tries to update when you're doing something.
Really? Like what? Like looking shit up?
No, I'm just saying.
You're just fucking with me.
It's inconvenient. It wants to update when you're trying to use the phone.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're looking shit up on Google, and they're lying to you anyway. So
everything's a lie.
Locking me out.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I couldn't stand. Like, you had to have you had to have an iTunes account. You had to have an Apple ID. And I was like, screw this. I can't remember all these damn passwords. And then you have VPN. I had a password for VPN, all that stuff.
I had to get rid of VPN. Like I probably erased like some stuff on my MacBook that probably shouldn't have been erased.
All your old porn?
Could have led to
her videos of her ex-husband.
No, they were like applications that I was like, well, I don't need this.
I
was trying to create more space for my photos, because I have so many goddamn photos of the grandkids.
Yeah, how many do you need? Like 2, 3 maybe at the most? God.
No.
People in their pictures. My mom used to, why don't you have pictures of your kids in your wallet? Well, it's my fucking wallet, for one, which holds money and stuff. My mom's weird like that. She always wants cards on every fucking Hallmark holiday. You know, Mother's Day.
I gave that up a long time ago.
I never played along ever.
I used to play along, but then I got sick of it.
I'm 53 fucking years old, and every year she says, "Why didn't you send me a card?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. Can I just call you and tell you Happy fucking Mother's Day? Happy birthday. I would have sent you a card, but it would have meant nothing to me.
No.
So why would I have sent you a card? I would have picked some shit out.
Because she can't sit still for a sentence that long.
I said to Lewis he could make me one that would have meant more.
Well, see, that's the thing. I always tell my kids, if you want to give me a present, draw me a picture. I don't care if you even try. Just like draw me something, or like just say, "Hey, Mom, happy whatever."
Happy stick in the ass day.
Don't fucking mail me a card. Don't try to give me money. Don't try to give me a gift.
I know, but there's
nothing I need.
I know.
Anything.
I know. I'm the same way. But the whole thing with they send me a card to
it's like this guilt thing.
They send me a card to guilt me. Yes,
save your money for yourselves and your kids.
Do you remember when cards were like a quarter? Now they're like fucking $5.
Yes.
It's too commercialized.
No, there's some cards that are like $9.50, dude.
Every day should be Mother's Day.
Oh my God, every day should be Mother's Day. Give me a break.
I think so.
Well, every day is Mother's Day, but do they recognize that as Mother's Day? No, they don't.
No, I mean,
Mom, can you make me something to eat? Can you take me to the store? We don't have any food.
I'm not saying we have to buy gifts every day for our mothers, but just like appreciate.
Well, exactly. No, I totally agree with you, Trisha.
The good mothers we have.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Was a good mother.
But it doesn't have to be Mother's Day for that.
But see, here's where you know you're being a good mother, is when he waits with his date by the taxi.
Yes.
He won't let her leave until he sees her off in the taxi himself. If he went to bed and she was down at the taxi by herself, I would be like, that's fucked up. Why isn't he down there with her?
Lewis even walks his girlfriend home, and then he runs home, and it's
exactly.
about, right.
That's what it's about. Being
Well,
a
that's just
man.
being a gentleman.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I've done something right.
You have. You've done a lot of things right. A lot of women don't even know the things they've done right.
I'd kick his ass if he treated a girl badly.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
But anyway, every day should be Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day.
It really, yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, we should always
Appreciate those
be
you love every day.
thankful for those we love.
I'm getting a bit sentimental here.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this is like one of my most favorite movie quotes ever. It's from Marvin's Room, and it's Diane. Oh my God, why am I saying? So it's Diane Keaton and Meryl Streep, and they have the same father. Diane Keaton's been taking care of the father and the aunt for a really, really long time. She never got married, nothing. And Meryl Streep, her character, comes down with her 2 boys because, the father is very sick. Or actually, her sister was sick. Diane Keaton was sick in the movie. And so she comes down, and Diane says, something about, oh, I've been so loved, or I've felt so much love, or something like that. And Meryl Streep takes it the wrong way. She goes, yes, they really love you. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I have loved them so much. And that's what that's what it's about. It's not about who loves you. It's about who you love.
Yes.
And about loving people. And
yes.
Oh my God. I love that movie. Oh my God. I love that whole thing. Because it's so true. It's about who you love and how you love those people. It's not about who loves you, because, I mean, people could tell you they love you up and down the street all day long. But unless they show you they love you, I mean, the only true love is who we love.
Actions speak louder than words.
And they really do. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so sappy. I'm like so sappy tonight. Oh my God. I'm like super sappy. Sorry, guys.
Wasn't that Batman's quote?
I don't know.
Who you are, but what you do that defies you.
That's right. That's exactly right. What you do that defies you.
You can say all the nice things in the world, but if you act like an ass, then it means nothing.
That's right.
I think it's more like, what do you do behind closed doors?
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what?
Wait, when? What part of the day behind closed doors? It's different. It varies.
Yeah, but we're talking about like truly loving people, like caring about people.
What you do when no one's looking is true integrity. If it's,
exactly.
Depending what it is, but if it's good.
Yeah, but if you have integrity, no matter what you do, is you're not going to have to question what you do. Even though we're human, we all question what we do. But
integrity first, service before self, excellence in all you do.
Exactly.
To the horse.
Exactly.
The same with friends. It's like, who speaks good about you behind your back rather than anybody can speak good.
I always refer to, like, pay attention to the ones who are not clapping.
Yeah. That's another saying I love. Like, who's not clapping when you're doing well? They're the ones to pay attention to.
if you want to fly like an eagle, you have to be around eagles. Around vultures, you're going to be like a vulture.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like my mom always said: if you lie with the dogs, you're gonna get fleas.
Please. Yeah.
And that was, oh my God, that was one friend I had in high school. I'm like, oh my God, seriously. But guess what? I got married and left. That chick fucking got arrested for falling asleep with a bag of meth on her dashboard. So, yeah. So she did not, so she, you know, everyone, I can't even talk. Everyone makes mistakes, right? Everyone makes mistakes. But as mothers and even fathers know too. We know, like, we can pick out their friends. We're like, well, that one, yeah, don't know about that person. That one's definitely going to jail. That one, yeah, probably you'll be okay. I'm not even fucking after 4 kids. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. You fucking know, like, who is who, and if you do not, see, here's the thing with kids: follow up is the key. You say you're gonna do something, you better follow that shit up. Otherwise, they're gonna go, well, they just don't give a shit about me, so I'm gonna do whatever. And then
children watch what you do, not what you say.
That's my mother had that whole poem on the fridge. Children learn what they live. Like, I don't even know how many lines it is. Like 15 lines. Children learn what they live. And then she also had like the whole, hey, please, while you know everything, go out, get your own job, and get your own life while you still know. It was like teenagers. Please go out while you know everything. Like, and it's so true. But that's the way we all are. All of us are the same way. It's human nature. It just depends on whether we've had a good guiding hand or not. And hopefully,
you know what? I just put it in God's hands.
No, you can't put it in God. Oh, God, care.
And if you haven't had a good role model, you can change it.
Right. There are kids. Oh my God, there's so many stories of kids who've had horrible role models who have totally turned that shit around.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't. I don't think it really matters if you have a good role. I mean, it matters for some kids, but
I don't try to like force guidance, but I'm here available, ready to listen.
But do you give words of wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to.
That's all a parent, an uncle, a cousin, a mentor, anyone can do. You just give words of wisdom. You don't judge.
But typically, all you have to do is just really listen.
Exactly. You do. You listen.
Mm-hmm.
Try to understand their perspective, because you don't know what, when you're out in public, and this is the problem we have, especially here in America, is, we're just rageaholics. Fuck out of the way. I'm trying to get to my location. Why are you driving slow? But we don't understand their perspective. It might be someone who's got something,
I know.
an old person in the car with them or something.
They might have a load of rocks in the back of their fucking car, and they got to drive slow. We don't know.
We have to be more compassionate. Like, we have to put ourselves in other people's shoes, because we don't know. I mean, they might have had the shittiest day ever,
I was just about to say
Exactly.
But we
that.
don't know that.
You're right.
You know, we just think, oh, look at this asshole. Like,
The wife
what's
might
going
have
on?
just left them. Somebody might have just died and they're having a bad day. You know,
Yeah.
you never
Right.
know.
And that's the one thing that I loved about Richard Serro when he said that he put all those post-its everywhere, like, and I can't remember exactly what the phrase was that he used, but it was basically like, you don't know what the person in front of you has been through, like, because it was especially for his driving in New York and the yellow taxis, he said. And he kept, and he was only in his 20s. Like, I wouldn't have thought about that shit in my 20s. Like, he's so much more progressive than I have ever been. I wouldn't have thought about that. Like, well, what's this person been through? Even though it's through Christian school. Well, I don't
You
know.
don't have to be religious to think like that.
No, but I'm just saying with Christian school, you're taught, like, to try not to judge, don't judge what the person's doing.
And you get your anus dilated for free.
No, that's not what it is. Just, don't be judgmental of other people. Like, and it was the whole thing, you'll never know a man until you walk a mile in his shoes. And that is the absolute fucking truth. I don't care what anybody says. That is the truth.
Depending but if they're a complete psychopath, that's a complete different.
But so you walk a mile in a psychopath's shoes, then you'll know they're a fucking psychopath. But if you're if you're saying, well, what's wrong with this person? They can't make up their mind. They're having a hard time. They can't pay this. They can't pay that. You don't know until you walk a mile in their shoes.
I mean, don't you think that, like, that's like when you're out there driving and stuff, and this is what I noticed recently, is people are very agitated. And
people have been agitated for
and
years.
Is it because, like, because in the workforce and stuff, you have the rise in food costs and rental properties, taxes, and all this other stuff that's going on, and then wages are stagnant. Either they're where they're at, or they're barely moving up to compensate for inflation. So I see a lot of people, like, trying to rush to their jobs. Maybe they have like 2 or 3 jobs at work just to make ends meet. And stuff like that. So that creates tension. And
right.
I see that a lot, because a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
They're one paycheck away from being homeless.
That's right.
So that brings a lot of stress to, like, when they're interacting with people every day.
Well, yeah, because they got to get to the next job before they get fired. If they're late, then they're going to get fired, and then they're going to find a job.
You have the whole, when you're working for a company and stuff, you have the managers and the whole numbers game. So depending on where you work, it's all about numbers. It's about, getting stuff out in a timely manner, making sure your numbers are good, making sure you're getting not only quality but quantity as well. So it's like this constant pressure to constantly, like, treat people as numbers versus, like, hey, these are people, human beings and stuff. So it's more about productivity versus,
but
hey, let's build a workforce that wants to be here. So
exactly.
it raises this tension, because it's like people think, like, when they go to their jobs, it's like, oh man, I have to do this because I have to feed my family. And if you're late, you get a strike. Some companies, they have like a 3 strike rule or whatever. You get written up, and it's like, it's almost like when you're in school and you get a check mark, get your name written on the board, and you get 3 check marks.
Go to room fucking 6.
And one thing I noticed, like in the corporate sector, at least on a bigger scale, in a Fortune 200 company, is that when they do have like company gatherings and picnics and stuff, they treat the employees like children. It's like they have these
Yeah, they
raffles and
do.
these little team building exercises, and I was like, let's see who can build
Oh my God, those
take the
team
straw.
building
Let's see who can take the
exercises.
straw and take and build this and build that. Like, come on, team effort. And it's like, really? I mean, you know, the
I
managers
hate
come
that
up.
shit so much.
Yes.
My
And the managers come up to the
Ah,
forefront. They're like, all right, who's excited, guys? You know, it's like,
dude,
it's like, really? Who's
Maybe
excited?
that guy, maybe?
How about you give us more money and then we might be a little excited? We're
yeah,
not here.
stop.
Why are you wasting
Right.
my
We're not
time?
here to build a family environment. We're here because we're trying
Don't
to make a
pay
living.
$20,000 for us to come to this team building exercise. Put that $20,000 in our fucking profit sharing, and then tell us.
But see, it's a feather.
I mean,
in,
that's like a hey, we believe in you. We're gonna put 20 grand in your profit sharing.
That's not what it is. It's a feather in their cap.
It is,
though. They can put
though.
it in the prospectus. It looks good on the portfolio. It makes them more ISO 9000 compliant or whatever.
Write it off on their goddamn taxes.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
They can, but it allows them to probably get like ISO licensing, so they become able to get government contracts and shit. And they need to complete that training. So it's things like that
you know
too.
what? Steve was supposed to go to one. His fucking manager, Mark. I'm going to say his name because nobody's gonna know.
Don't say his name. I don't want his name.
I don't fucking care. I hate that motherfucker. I called him and told him I fucking hated him.
Okay. Have a drink over there.
With Tykert in Stockton, he was so drunk. He was so hungover the next day. He could not do any team building exercises. He was in the bushes puking his fucking guts out.
So he wasn't a team player.
What kind of team building was that?
Or
that was a waste of fucking money. They could have put it in our goddamn. They could have put it in our profit sharing account instead of giving it to some fucking hotel. And we gotta build our, we gotta build up our blah blah blah. Really, all you fuckers want to do is get drunk and then play volleyball the next day, but none of you are sober enough to do that shit? What kind of team building is that?
We had one time we went on an excursion to a place called Whirly Ball. It's basically go-karts with highlight. So you ride around on go-karts with this.
They did that too. They fucking went to the go-kart place.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so retarded.
That wasn't more
point system. So like, if you got so many customers calling in and
no, it wasn't. It was construction. There was no customer.
Well, I'm just saying, like, right. I'm saying, like, when I worked in corporate, it was like if you got, I guess you can call it like a gold star, like you got a good rating for my customer, or whatever. We get points, and you could take this points and go to an online store and buy like cheap China-made merchandise.
Exactly.
And it's like, well, I was like, and then your points expire like after 6 months or whatever. So if you don't use it, you lose it. Right?
Yeah, it's like vacation, right?
And it's like, well, how about you just, because we kept saying like, why don't you just give us like manager days? Those are paid days off. Well, they didn't like that. The higher ups didn't like that. They came down and said, no, we can't have that.
We can't have people not working for money.
Right, exactly. So came up with all these different
it's outrageous
systems, and I don't know. It was weird.
What?
No, what it is it's like a system of the good dog. A good dog gets a treat. So you're a good dog, you'll get a treat. No, I don't want to be a good dog. I want the fucking day off because I've worked my ass off for you motherfuckers. I've made you millions of dollars. So give me a fucking week off, assholes.
Millions of dollars. I think that's. Are you sure?
Well, no. Yes, because my husband's been in the construction business, and I was in the construction business. I worked for H.I.V.E. Pacific company. Yeah, I wrote contracts.
Our
I was an
houses are all
office
going to have black
manager.
helicopters over them pretty soon, right?
No.
Construction company, isn't that
And
like
those
euphemism for
motherfuckers
mafia?
are fucking assholes, so they can suck my dick if I had one.
Not every company's like that, though.
Well, not every company, but seriously, the big companies, they're totally like that.
There seems to be a trend, like with bigger corporations.
Yeah, it's almost like like a bunny chasing a carrot, or like, oh, just give me a treat. I'll just take a little treat, because people don't fucking realize how fucked over they're getting, and they won't stand up for that. That's why that's why my husband has not gotten farther, because he will not put up with their shit.
It's the culture.
He's not the, oh yes, I'll do that. Oh yes, sir, I'll do that.
Your husband is a boss. He's a leader.
Exactly. And all the guys in the field loved him.
That's why he needs to be running his own business.
Exactly.
One of the things that we ran into is the whole corporate culture environment.
Yeah.
Anytime we did get a good leader in management, they were gone.
Yep, they got rid of them.
They left.
No, they don't stick around. They can't handle the fucked up, dysfunctional management system. If they're good managers, they don't work in those situations.
Well, it's because most of them got promoted to bigger roles. So I mean, that was one of the main issues.
Oh,
and then they had to step into those roles.
And then you have people from just coming from like all over the country, like California or whatever, just to fill in those roles.
Right.
Played into
Team Spirit.
It's Team Spirit. Wait, let me talk, Suzanne. You hog of a show, you.
They used to take all the people like at the office in Southern California. They would have them go outside and do like jumping jacks and like team building shit.
That lady
in the beginning of the day. But then
never mind.
You motherfuckers, I don't care. You drove an hour and a half to 2 or 3 hours to get here, but you're gonna work another 12 hours after we do these jumping jacks. And we're team building, and then you're going to go in this office, and people are going to treat you like shit, and you're going to have to take it, and then you can leave after like 12 hours. After it's an acceptable time to leave. It's insanity. And then you'll have to drive another, hour and a half to 3 hours to get home, and then turn around and do it the next day. It's insanity.
I'm so glad I'm my own boss.
Yeah, me too.
Most, and that's how it should be. Most people should be their own bosses. We should.
Here's
at
the
this
thing,
point,
like, being your own boss. Being your own boss is not as complex as you would think. I mean, if you build, the biggest thing when you're an entrepreneur, you're building a business, is to build relationships with good people on your team. Have a good accountant, have a good lawyer.
That's right.
Right, to get all those fundamentals and the foundation built. If you're not familiar with how to keep books or an accountant, you want to make or doing the accounting part of the business, then find a good accountant and build a relationship with that. But if you have the natural drive, the ambition, the leadership skills and stuff to start a business, you should do it.
I do my own taxes. I don't have an accountant.
Well, I mean, I do that too. I have 3 companies. I do all the taxes for everything. But still, like, you don't have to do all that. You can have an accountant that does that for you.
What's the rise I'm talking about? Sorry, Jerry, no, talking for you. Start your own channel for that. What is that about?
I was trying to talk and you kept railroading me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You know how I am.
I know. So I stopped.
Rise, you know how I am.
That's why I shut up. And that's why he said that. None of it was mean.
I wasn't trying to be mean.
No.
I'm never trying to be mean.
Just let it go. I don't even remember what I was trying to say.
I don't know. Probably something
We're
that I
talking
was
about the
saying
corporate
anyway.
culture. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
fed up.
yeah. What I was going to say. I made the point that it was the sports mentality translated into corporate. But that woman that you were talking about is more the cheerleader, right? And you've got the man is the quarterback. It's that whole mentality. So you're just the fans.
Right. For
Much.
people who have not been in that type of business, have no fucking clue. Like,
Right.
if
Good
we
leaders, good
literally were doing reconstructed, like the infrastructure of our of all of California, you know, that's the kind of shit that Hewitt is around the world. I had a job that was the retrofit of 280 after the 89 earthquake. That was one of my jobs.
That was a
I had like
hoax.
six
That didn't
jobs at one
happen.
time.
Come on. I heard that was a hoax
I had to read
earthquake.
cost reports. I had to fucking, I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, like all this shit is, I was like 24 years old. And I'm just like,
There's something revealing is I talked to a lot of like top level directors, IT directors in various IT companies. And all these guys
they don't
seem
know
to
what
have
the
the
fuck's going
same.
on, do they?
No, they all tell me like, fake it until you
Exactly.
make it. Because like a lot of these guys are like,
That's,
it's like they have no degree, they have no certifications. I'm like, it's like, how did you get this position? Like this is like a top level position.
that's exactly what they did. They faked it
And
until they made it.
right,
Mm.
exactly. And then now they have to go through these certification courses
Yep.
and stuff and these classes
And then they
stuff.
gotta have you tell them how to fucking do it. And it's annoying as fuck.
Yeah,
No, it would
that
be
was
for
very
me.
interesting. Like some of the conversations.
Sorry, it would be for me. Like I used to call her superintendent, stupid intendant.
It's the same in the military, though. You get officers that come in at officer level and they haven't got a clue.
Nope.
Well, here's
what
the
they
thing.
do.
Like, my grandfather told me when he worked for the city, Tampa, he said anytime someone in a administrative position, when they messed up, they were promoted to a higher position to get them out of the way.
Of course. Yep.
So you have this constant
It's still happening.
problem of when people don't know what they're doing, they just get promoted so that they get moved out of the way because you can't. Trying to get them fired is like an act of Congress. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to get someone removed from a civilian position like that. So they just promote them and say, okay, you're promoting, just get the hell out of the way so we can bring someone in that knows what they're doing. But when you keep promoting these same people, they're the ones who are coming up with policies and stuff that don't make sense. Right. So you have this cascading effect of, what comes up from above, top down approach. You have all this crap that comes from the top down, and it's like
shit rolls downhill.
Like, yeah, shit rolls downhill, and it's like, who comes up with this crap? If you're in like if you've been in any type of government position or any type of corporate position, you're like, who makes up these fucking ridiculous policies? Like this shit makes no sense. That's why.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And it's, I guess that's one thing. Like, at least in the military, when you're dealing with budgets and stuff, it's the same concept of like, if you don't spend the same amount or more, you don't get the same amount of budget. So
yeah, they reduce it
more, right? So you always have to do more.
And that's a prominent thing too across a lot of businesses that are divisions or units or whatever subdivided out, that they have to meet those budgetary constraints to keep that budget to justify it.
As they cut it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't worked in a company that big in a long time.
I have said, like, when they were doing all the budget cuts, and I want to say Ben was in third grade. So I want to say like 2007. They started. They wanted to cut out like all of the gate programs, all of the music, art, all that stuff. And our superintendent said, you know, like, please, it had to have been before that because it seemed like a million years ago, but maybe it wasn't. Anyway, he said, you know, he was like, everybody, please go over the budget, you know, tell us what you think. And then he went, you know, then they had like the town hall meeting, whatever, where, you know, he went. And then he made the comment, and I had a friend there who told me, well, the budget is way too complex for all of you to understand. So don't bother. We'll figure it out. And I flipped my shit when I heard that. She told me on purpose because she knew that I was going to go insane. Because I'd been looking through the budget. I'd been trying to cut out stuff. And I gave them good advice, good things to cut out. And I wrote that superintendent a letter, and it's on my computer, and I wish I could read it to you guys because it cut to the book. He ended up apologizing to me because I reminded him that he was in fact, you know, we in fact paid his salary. He was in fact, you know, like not subject to us, but he was, his job was to do what was best for the people in the community. And I just told him, you are not the fucking smartest guy. I didn't say fucking. I was much more conservative back then. I said, you are not the smartest guy in the room. You think you know you're the only one that knows how to read a budget? Dude, guess what? My husband and I both have been in construction for a really long time. We know how to read cost reports. We know how to do budgets. We know how to do multi-million-dollar jobs. And you're trying to tell people that they don't know how to look at this. You are a piece of shit, basically, is what I told him. And he apologized. I'm going to have to get my computer. I'm going to have to get it so that I can tell you guys. But it was really hilarious. I was really shocked that he actually apologized to me and thanked me for reminding him of his job. That was very hilarious.
I think most people, like, they want to work. They don't want to have to worry about the leadership, all that stuff.
The dude was making
the
like
technicalities.
$250,000 a year.
But no, I'm not talking about like your
Sorry,
particular case,
I'm not like yelling at you. I'm just
but
saying.
I'm just saying that, like, most people just want to work, get a paycheck,
Yeah,
and take care of
exactly.
their family.
Right.
That
They
doesn't
want to
mean
know their
that-
kids can go to school.
But that
get
doesn't
to
mean
kind of
that companies should take advantage of that and not pay people what they're worth. So
right.
I understand, like, there's certain things like at the top when you're your company, you have to go through certain regulatory actions with government, all that stuff, like FCC and stuff.
Well,
But
see, we didn't all know that they were going to implement the, you know, that was the groundbreaking for the Common Core, and none of us knew that because they did not tell us.
oh
But
boy, Common Core, huh?
yeah, that was like paving the way for the governor's ball, or, you know, all those fucking governors that got together and whatever that, the governors league or whatever, the stupid fucking governors who don't know shit about shit, who federalized state schools, because schools are not supposed to be run by the federal government. It's a state by state thing. And they made it federal. That's where we got fucked over. So now schools are scrambling to try to get federal government money. Kids, this is hilarious. It's like they're fucking at a job. They can have 3 days off, 3 fucking sick days in the whole year. And then if they go more than 3 days, they want a fucking doctor's note. And this was like this was 5 years ago when I was going through this shit. And I was like, you people are fucking high. There's no way I'm taking my kid to the doctor because he feels like shit and is throwing up. And I know that he'll be fine tomorrow and come back to school. I'm not going to go pay $20, take my time to go to the doctor for her to go, yeah, he just doesn't feel good today. So I can get a note for you motherfuckers to put in his chart. No, that's not going to work. I'm not playing your stupid fucking game.
So the Common Core curriculum, like, is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that like you're breaking down like a particular subject or like a math problem? You're trying to derive a solution from every possible angle, right?
So what I've heard, because
Trying to break everything down like into little groups.
well, this is for instance, for math, and this was a thing on a YouTube channel that had a teacher saying, well, we don't care, like if they said 5 plus 6 was 11. Wait, 5, 6, 7.
About 1 plus 1 is 3.
No, sorry, 5 plus 7 is 11 instead of 13. Sorry.
5 and 7 is 12.
I can't like go like all those.
James Cruz to teach us how to math.
No, it's like how we had to do the all of the chants, 5 times 1 is 1, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15. Like we had to learn that way. We chanted that shit out, like we remembered that crap. But no, if they could show their work that, like 5 plus 7 was 11 or whatever the thing was, if they could like show their work of how they got there, they weren't going to mark it wrong. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It is wrong.
Wait,
no matter how you slice it, it's wrong.
Okay, so Common Core is if you break it down and show your work.
Yes.
If you don't derive at a correct answer, it can still be marked as correct.
Correct.
You sure?
I thought it was all multiple choice.
Dude, no, I will send you the video. It's fucking insane what they're making these teachers do. A lot of teachers have quit. They're like, I cannot teach this shit to my kids. I refuse. They leave nothing up to the teacher. There's like the curriculum, they give like this type of curriculum shit to the teachers, and they're like, okay, so now I got to figure out how the fuck, and it's what it comes down to.
I thought it was more breaking down, like, no,
you need to look into it more.
2 plus 2 is 2 plus 2 equals 4. Or you can have 3 plus 1 equals 4.
Nope.
You can break it down like that way.
Nope.
To equal the answer, which is 4.
No, they don't give a fuck what the answer is. If you could show your work of how you got there, then they're not going to mark it wrong, even though it's fucking wrong. No, they just want you to like make shit up, write it down, and then, you know, like, okay, well, Johnny, he was 13, Johnny got 11, but hey, he showed us how he got there. Idiots. They want fucking idiots. All they want are people who can fucking push buttons and shit. Don't have to think.
What I'm saying is they want in the real workforce, they want people who can come up with solutions and answers
No, they just
right
want people
away.
who are going to say, yes, sir,
Right away.
yes, ma'am.
They don't have time to deal with people who are trying to solve a problem using this matrix or whatever they're trying to use, you know, trying to find all the different solutions to the same answer. But they want people who can do it right away. So they want people who can say, hey, they know 2 + 2 = 4. They don't want to have to go with someone who's like, well, you can do it.
No, because they test the kids in the second grade. They already know who can fucking say 2 + 2 = 4.
But what I'm saying is, like, on the employer side, they don't have time to deal with that. It's time is money. So if you can come to the solution and the answer on top of your head, that's who they're going to go with. So what I'm saying is, like, in the interview process, you're interviewing for a job, they don't care about what your education is. They don't care what high school you went to. They don't care how you learn what you learn. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know the task and how to do it quickly, you're not going to get the job. You're not going to get hired.
It must be different in America to it is here.
I mean, maybe that's not the case, like in like a a factory job, but if you're doing stuff like in IT and stuff, like, they want people who can come up with solutions as quickly as possible, and they don't care where it comes from.
Yeah,
they don't care. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah, but okay, you're right. You're right. But telling a kid just because you came up with 6 + 5 = 13 and not 11. How is that right? How, even if he showed like how he got there, how is that right? It's
To fit that role in that job. They don't care about anything else.
I don't even think it's that, Leo. I really don't. I think that it's to weed out the ones that question what the fuck is going on, and the kids who were just gonna go, oh yeah, okay, I'll do it that way. I'll do what you say.
Yeah, but the people that question it and want to do it their own way probably are better running their own businesses.
I'm going to end the stream because we're having trouble with. It looks to me like YouTube.
Probably.
They say they're not receiving my data fast enough, but I see them not answering my stream fast enough. So.
Okay.
And it's buffering and people are getting pissed. Apparently it's just the internet.
God forbid we talk about the education.
It could very well be the internet. But, it's the community. Anyway.
I know.
I don't want to drive everyone crazy with the buffering.
Exactly.
And we've all had a fantastic evening.
Thanks, everyone.
Just want to say thank you for
Sorry.
joining us while we bitch.
I know, this is early, Jared. Maybe we could change topic.
It's 2 hours. No, it doesn't matter. Unless people tell me it stops buffering.
Maybe, yeah. It was a little bit heavy.
I have ingress on your line, Jerry.
No, it's something else. I'm watching my bandwidth. There's nothing. It's like 400K.
Nish just put Jerry, it's Lilu.
I wish. I want to talk to Lilu. I want to find out what that's all about.
I know. So, the moon.
We're not from there.
No. We're not from there. We're not going to 5D Earth.
She said it's back. Are we still live?
Yeah.
Oh, it's back. It's back.
Now it's gone again.
We're back. Now it's gone again.
Yeah, see, YouTube's still complaining to me that...
What the fuck, YouTube? Suck my cock, YouTube. Fucking A. Give me a break. You
or
fucking
it's the internet.
suck.
I don't know what it is.
Triggering their algorithms.
It's
alien invasion.
It's Project Blue Beam.
Right.
It's taking our
subject.
Well, that's what I was saying. Maybe we should change the subject. Let's talk about dildos and fucking blow up dolls. Yes. I don't know.
Let's talk about AI sex dolls.
Oh boy.
Let's see if the stream gets better. You know what? Wait. Let me talk. Let's see if I start talking about how I can't wait to get my first sex doll with AI. We'll see if the stream starts to clean up.
Gosh.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Somebody put too many FUCKs in the audio.
Too many fucks?
Okay.
That's because but we give 0 fucks. How can that be?
I know. We give 0 fucks. Seriously.
All right. So wait. AI sex doll. I love AI so much that I can't wait to get an AI sex doll that I could talk to.
Nish, I've had a few beers.
Okay, so the stream's not doing anything, so I'm still blaming the internet.
You're right.
My internet's fine.
No, it's my internet going to YouTube.
I know.
It's going
Jerry,
from...
you gotta
we're not talking about the blue chickens. Maybe we need to talk about the blue chickens.
30 seconds, and then plug it back in.
My router.
Apparently one of your moderators on your channel I've blocked.
Who?
What?
I've got no idea. It says someone you blocked is a moderator here.
Well, I don't know who that would be.
See, now Nish wants to hear the Hive. So she does not want us to quit.
Do you want me to go unplug my router? I'll take a survey.
You gotta pull it out and then really quick.
Unplug, 30 seconds, plug back in.
You don't have to take it out 30 seconds, just until you feel the demons have left the device.
Comcast. He knows.
I don't have a Comcast router.
Whoa.
I don't have a Comcast router. Suzanne.
You've said it on many, many Zooms,
Did
dude.
I? Oh, okay.
Yes. Everybody knows.
They do now.
No, he has said it many times. I would not repeat stuff.
All right. It's fine.
I would not repeat anything that was private.
Okay.
Even if I've had too many beers, which have been like 5, which is not really too many.
Oh boy.
Well, Steve came home on Friday, went to bed. Like, I'm like, oh, really? All right. You're supposed to take me tomorrow to Ashley's, so now you're sick.
Bareback.
It's
Hello?
such a
Did
pain
you say
in the
bareback?
ass. He said, be right back.
Be right
Oh, I
back.
thought you said bareback. I'm
No,
like,
he said he'd be right
whoa,
back.
whoa, whoa. What? I was like, what?
I gotta be right back.
He's going to get a drink or go and pee or something.
I thought you said bareback. I was like, what is he talking about?
What is bareback? I don't know. It's like,
It
I used to
means
ride bareback when I was a
when
kid.
you don't wear protection when you.
Oh, God. See, that's the kind of, ooh.
I was like, what the hell is he talking
For me, that was riding a horse without a saddle. Like, I don't know any of that other shit, and literally, I do not want to
Seriously,
know.
you guys are killing me right now.
You'll make me laugh at least.
Be right back, okay? You guys have some dirty minds tonight, let me tell you.
This is not me.
BRB.
And Trish doesn't have it's probably you know what I thought? You know what my main motive was? Well, we would get the best care ever from now on. And everything was paid for. Like everything was paid for. So
What? As a child, you have to pay for them to have medical care?
oh, here? Hell yeah. Yeah, you have to have insurance. Yeah, you have to have medical insurance. We pay so we pay for our medical insurance. Yeah, there's no freebies. We pay
Wow.
for medical insurance, which used to be a lot better. Like they were like the company that, for instance, when what happened with Ben. So we had medical insurance. The I think it was maybe like, I don't know, $100 a month or something. We literally pay $1,400, if not more, a month now, and they pay for, like, Steve was supposed to get an injection in his shoulder. It was a $400 copay, and then they couldn't even do it. They didn't even do it. And like when we left, I didn't even think to go, wait, you motherfuckers, you never did this. So give me my money back on my insurance card, because we have money taken out before taxes, like on this card. So
luckily in the UK, if your child's sick, they fix it.
And see, and my dad, when my dad was
like an
in
FSA
Italy,
card, right? It's a flexible spending account.
Exactly. That's exactly. So they took the copay out on that, except for then they couldn't do it because it said his shoulder was too wide or whatever. His shoulder was too thick. He couldn't see it and whatever. So, but we'd already made the copay of like $450. And then they're like, well, we're going to have to wait for another person to call you. And we got home. I was like, wait a minute. We already made that copay. So I called them and I go, you guys need to put that copay back on my fucking card because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Oh, yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah. We'll have this lady call you. She never fucking called. Leo Pediatric. So the nurse practitioner had misdiagnosed him for 3 weeks in a row. And he was in one of those portable buildings at the school. And everybody kept sending their kids to school sick. And I fucking flipped out on the principal. The teacher was totally on my side. She was pregnant. And she's like, Suzanne, they need to clean this fucking room. And I said, you bet they need to clean this room. And they need to stop telling these parents to send their kids to school fucking sick. So the surgeon finally, after five, they did the chest tube, and the surgeon's like, well, I've never put a chest tube in a kid this young. I'm like, what? Are you like, I felt like it was in the Twilight Zone. I couldn't even believe it. So I said, look, transfer us to the children's, to Madeira. We obviously need to be in a children's hospital. And the doctor, who was the owner of the pediatric doctor's office that we went to, he took charge of Ben's case after like 2 days of me fucking yelling at them. And so when I told him, you're transferring us to a children's hospital, he was on the phone immediately. I could have sued the fucking shit out of those motherfuckers, but I knew that I would get the best care ever after that. And I did. And
Carl!
yeah, so there's Carl. So
Carl's getting in on it.
I literally wanted a helicopter, but we had an ambulance. I told him, get us a helicopter, because like I wanted the fuck out of that place. And he was like, well, we can't do a helicopter, we have to do an ambulance. Believe me, you do not want to fuck with me, because I will, if you're wrong, you will be so sorry. and that's not to mean that I'm like some super horrible person. That's just to mean that I take care of my own, and don't screw with me, because you will be sorry. Although I never did sue. I just felt like I could have had his whole practice, but I just felt like it wasn't worth it, you know? I didn't want to fuck up everybody's lives. I just wanted my kid to be fucking fine and then have better health care after that. And then I was just hoping that they would treat every other, you know, like they would think about every kid that they treated after that. And they would take into consideration what, you know, they could be doing wrong. So, okay, shut up. I'm off my soapbox.
Thank God.
I know, right? Jesus Christ. Oh, that's been in there for so long. You have no idea.
I've already read an entire freaking book. For you to finish.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, it's been in for so long.
No, it's perfect.
It's stopped now.
No, because Suzanne got all that nastiness out. See,
I got all the nastiness,
and the
but
stream
I
goes
much more
smooth.
nasty. I'll never not be nasty.
Suzanne, your energy is off the hook. It's breaking everything.
Yes! Oh my God!
And the best thing was when I was listening through YouTube, it was buffering so much, but every time it would come back, I'd hear Susan like, fuck that, fuck this. It was like the fuck bombs, and then it would go out again. It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Girl.
I have a lot of fucks to say tonight, I guess.
You done broke it up, Suzanne. You broke that live stream.
Oh my God. Well, with all the, like, don't you agree with like all the pent up energy, all the built up energy that like everybody has felt?
Ooh, honey, I thought you were going to blow an ovary.
Ah, dude, I right? You probably came on to save me.
No, I came on to applaud, sister.
Oh, thanks, honey.
We all have our different ways of releasing it.
Yes, we do.
Let your chest balls fly. Let your chest balls fly.
Oh man, I mean, like that's like a quarter of how I felt, but what it is what it is.
So Nish, did you get a chance to see that Buzz Aldrin thing?
I saw it typed into another video, and it's awesome. Where is it? The one where he's talking with the kid?
Yes.
Yes, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of what our main topic where we flew off of tonight.
Oh, before freight trains.
No. I mean, I threw out my things. Nobody said anything as usual, and we moved on. That's how it goes, you know.
So, what is the consensus, y'all, on Buzz saying that to that little girl?
I think it's taken out of context.
What? How do you, Leo? How do you think it was taken out of context? I mean, it seems like a pretty long clip, like it was, but we didn't see when the girl goes up and.
Let me rephrase that.
You see the entire context is there. It's not taken out of context.
Yeah, we watched the whole context.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but
we did.
Based on what I did watch, it seemed like he was trying to articulate his response to a child versus an adult. So it was more like in his head he was thinking, how should I say this? Type thing. Maybe he's just awkward towards around kids. I don't know.
But to say that it didn't happen.
Yeah, he writes children's books.
But what was her question though?
Why haven't we been back to the moon?
Why haven't we been back to the moon?
Why haven't we been back to the moon?
And his answer was.
He wanted
to know too.
Yep.
That could be like.
We never went.
That's exactly what he said, because we did.
Well, because we never went.
But he said that maybe he said that because it's like, well, because we haven't been there.
Right, ever. Haven't been
the last time.
No, not since the last time. Not since the last time.
Not since the last time.
But did he say ever?
But this is such a hot topic. You would think he, of all people, would be more astute with his language around this as an astronaut, to not have any kind of
his mind control is wearing off.
He's an old man. Like, it's hard to you're sitting there taking his interview and you're dissecting it, and everything he says. I mean, it could just be because he's just freaking awkward around this kid.
No, you need to watch the whole thing.
He was not awkward around that kid. That I didn't.
No, he was not.
Oh, he's a life past 7 as well.
Interesting.
He's 88.
Oh, that's interesting too.
But maybe he was saying because nobody went.
No, we've already been through that.
Regarding to that particular question, it's like, well, how come we haven't been back? Because we never went.
I think, you know what, Leo?
Well, there you go. You just fucking said it, because we never went.
But
he said it clearly, and I think most people are going to take the stance that Leo's presenting here. Actually.
Yes.
Of course, because
I don't.
Fanboys.
I think he actually laid out some truth.
It's the fanboys.
It's the fanboys. You're trying to make excuse. You're trying to defend what he said instead of looking at it objectively.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Well, okay, devil's advocate, fanboy.
Wait, but you have to. Okay, but when you're bringing you have to bring aspects of psychology into this, right? Because it's an interview between two people. Right?
Dude, all we do is bring aspects of psychology into fucking everything.
What I'm saying is
balls deep.
Balls deep.
When he responding to her question, it can mean more than one thing, right?
Maybe.
How could
he didn't say well, I'm sorry, little girl, we never ever been to the moon before, ever.
Basically, yes, he did.
That's what it was
pretty
That's
clear.
what he said.
It was.
But that's not what he said.
It is. I mean, we could just play that.
I mean, it's
that bit.
Sure.
Yeah,
hold
play
on.
it again. Play it again.
You have to watch it on the stream, though.
That's fine.
All right.
Okay, so I'll mute here and then I'll turn that.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going. Money is a good thing. If you want to buy new things, new rockets, instead of keep doing the same thing over, then it's going to cost more money. And other things need more money too. So having achieved what the president wanted us to do, and then what thousands, millions of people in America, and millions of people around the world. You know, when we toured around the world after we came back, the most fascinating observation was signs that said, we did it. Not just us, not just America, but we, the world, different countries. They felt like they were part of what we were able to do. And that made us feel very good.
There it is. He's a fundraising fool. We're not muted anymore, guys. Oh, no, they're going to talk. Hello?
I mean, he sounds like an old man, like just telling like a story around like a campfire.
A story, yes. I agree. It's a good story.
Sorry, I was listening.
Fundraising fool. We're not.
He's a fundraising fool.
I forgot about
How many times did he fucking say money? Give me a break.
My favorite part is how he redirects the conversation away from Moon into about his tour and him and how great he is.
Yeah,
for going
that was
there.
Yeah.
Classic redirection.
Whatever.
Nobody put 12 men on the moon. Nobody fucking went to the moon. I'm sorry.
But you don't know that.
Well, Leo.
In reality, you really don't know that. I mean,
don't. You're right.
I'm pretty intuitive.
You're right.
You wasn't there when they.
You're right. The way to put it, we don't believe that they went to the moon.
You don't believe that's a
because you have to have the belief,
personal belief,
right? And you do believe that they went. That's distinction.
I think that we went.
You believe they went,
but I believe there are.
Sure. What I said like 4 hives ago. The beliefs.
I believe there's information that's not being told per se. Like,
yep.
There's stuff missing from the story, but I do believe that we went to the moon.
Right, and the shadiness makes it look like they've left out facts.
He just fucking said we never went.
Right, but that's the first time he's ever said that. Here's the other thing too. Wait. This interview is 3 years old.
Oh, not even recent?
Nope, it's old.
Oh, that's interesting.
Pretty sure.
But there are other times when he's said similar things too. I mean, they've made their round.
Yeah, he's alluded to that. Plus, he punched that guy in the face when they asked him, "Did you really?"
And then when they came back from the moon and they were all on that panel, and nobody could agree on whether they could see stars from the moon or from space. Like one person said, "Yeah, it was really bright. We could see stars." The other person said, "We could see nothing." I mean,
when did they? Okay, but when did they ask these questions? Were they
right after they came back from the moon?
Okay.
Right afterwards. And they couldn't agree on what and they literally looked like they were on drugs.
They looked out of it.
They were totally out of it.
Here's the whole thing.
But here's the thing. How many years has it been? And we are still fucking questioning this shit. Why? We should be beyond this. We should be beyond this. We should go, yeah, shit didn't add up. So let's move beyond this. Let's just, like whoever wants to believe we went to the moon, yeah, you guys can believe. We don't care. We're not gonna dox your pay or anything. We're still, we'll still like you. We'll all get along. We just don't believe that. Let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is we're going to Mars. Really? We're going to Mars.
Yeah, that's all. It's all crazy. I agree, Suzanne. It seems like this should just be packed away for a while until other stuff unfolds.
Why don't we clean up this fucking planet first?
It's a carrot on the stick for
Feed
the future.
The kids that are hungry here.
Suze, you've gone paragraph without a fuck.
What the fuck?
Girl.
Oh my God. It's just, I can't stand it. There's so many kids here that are hungry.
I think we're all in agreement with that, but I think you have to take certain things with a scientific approach. But here's the thing, yeah,
if you can't even feed the people here,
but
if you cannot take care of the kids here.
That's an issue all in itself. We don't have to go through that. What I'm saying is, yeah, there are some certain things that I question. Okay, so why are we focused on Mars versus why are we not going back to the moon? If going to the moon is an issue, we don't have the technology, what does that mean? Exactly. I want to know that. I want to know, what does that mean? What does that mean that we don't have the technology anymore, but we have the technology that we can send a robot to Mars, or we can send people to Mars? What does that mean? Obviously. But at the same time, when you're talking about the moon landing, you have to, keep an open mind, but at the same time, you have to look at it objectively. You have to look at it from
a belief system. Leo, you're going by a belief system.
But this ain't a belief system. This is stuff.
No.
You're talking about all these people that have conspired to.
But see, no, they're all compartmentalized.
Well, that might be the case, but we don't have proof of that. We don't have
we don't have proof we've been to the moon.
No, there's no proof they went.
That's true.
There's no proof.
There's no proof either way.
There is proof that there are starving kids every day, and I don't care if people don't give a shit about other people's kids.
There's no proof of that either.
I don't care. Yes, there is proof. I don't care if people say they don't care other people's kids are starving.
But I understand
we should give a shit.
I understand, but that's a whole different.
You're going to crash the stream again. Cut it out. Don't get angry.
I don't care.
Don't Hulk out.
I'm going to Hulk out.
That's an issue. Obviously, that's an issue. But what I'm saying is,
I'm going to fucking Hulk out. Fuck these kids. Well, fuck you, Iowa X. Fuck you.
When you're looking at stuff is the moon landing, was it real? Was it not real?
If you don't give a shit about other people's kids, who the fuck is going to give a shit?
You have to keep.
What if they were your kids?
You have to keep an open mind, but at the same time, you have to look at stuff through.
Well, we have open minds. We've seen through the bullshit.
What you have is what you have.
Leo, right? We're 20 years older than you.
But you can formulate an opinion off of what you know. But there's no okay. So age just doesn't matter. What I know and you know is the same thing in relation to the moon landing. You don't know anything more than I know, right?
Not really, but that's okay.
But yeah, I mean,
you can think that.
But okay, so what is it that I do not know that you know about the moon landing?
Well, the tinfoil and shit that they fucking use to go to the alleged outer space that they said was so fucking hot.
This is not productive. It's not a productive
No, it's
debate.
not productive. You're right. You're right.
You're yelling
We
at
should
each
move
other.
on.
No, we can't know.
No, you're right. We can't know.
No, but
I mean, I know
what I'm saying-
intuitively. I know, but
okay. So intuitively, like, what does that mean though? Because you have to look at both sides. You have to look at
subjectively, she believes
objectively, scientifically, everything. I've taken everything, and I researched the fuck out of everything.
There's a fuck.
Still, at the end of the day, it's your belief.
No, it's your belief.
No,
not mine.
it's both of your beliefs.
No.
Yes.
There's no.
Yes, it is a belief, Leo.
Arguing again.
There's no evidence that proves we went to the moon or we did not go to the moon because
then it's a belief.
So it has to be a belief.
The specific evidence has
disintegrated. If you're talking about moon rocks,
if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not.
The moon rocks have been fucking disproved.
I know. I'm just saying.
So I mean, when you look at the evidence, like what evidence do we actually have?
We have zero evidence.
We have video evidence.
No. It's been a lot of it's been
no video evidence.
Footage of the moon landing.
We have alleged video footage. We have we have a movie.
Oh, honey, this
of
is
a
an old school
We have a movie of a space landing.
But it all comes down to you have never been to space, nor have I. Right? So the only thing that we know, the only thing we know is what you're told.
But why is your understanding more valid or way more
I'm not saying it is.
Okay, well I'm just saying that 50-50 right now. We don't know.
Right, exactly. But that goes for both sides is what I'm trying to get to.
There is no both sides. It's 50-50. One side gets 50, the other side gets 50. It's 50-50.
Okay.
Nobody gets more
it's
weight.
50-50.
Yeah.
Right,
What she's saying is she's 100-0 on it.
Right, so she's 100% against, like, we did not go to the moon. I'm saying that there was a possibility that we went to the moon. I believe we went to the moon.
I would say you're like 75-25.
But I believe that there's information that's present that doesn't make sense, that I would need to investigate further or know more information about.
I have a question for the panel on a whole different subject.
Thank you.
God, thank you.
I feel like we have really wrung out the subject earlier.
Thank you.
You're right. I shouldn't have brought it up again. I'm sorry.
Not to sidetrack you. I'm sorry.
No, exactly. We can go back to that at some point for Leo.
Yeah.
I have a question that's more relevant to like right now, and I know at least Trisha and I and Suzanne watched this thing. I think so, but I see you two everywhere. But and you may have spoken about this already, and I came into the H.I.V.E. late. I wasn't going to come in, but with Suzanne dropping
you said
bomb,
come.
I had to. So here's what I have. What's the consensus on the Lilu stuff?
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Trisha, sorry.
Trisha's ready.
I think it's BS.
What was the question?
I may get shot down in flames. I think it's all BS, and maybe there's wanting a film out of the whole Lilu thing.
It doesn't seem like she's put everything on the line. I mean, the minute you put a date up, it's like, damn.
She's been saying all along, though, that that's not her date.
I know, but then she got behind.
No, she said the 26th wasn't her date. The 31st is her date.
31st.
But Trisha's the only one that said, out of anyone, that there's a film in this. I've never heard anybody say that. And I bet you donuts and dollars that there's going to be a film out of this.
Why just this time? I mean, this is nothing new.
Because it's different. There's a Lilu aspect. There's an AI thing.
But how is it different from an angel or what? Whatever. Go ahead,
Trish. But I watched the 4-hour video about the beginning, and all I got in my head was, they were even joking and saying, this is probably some hacker, but let's have a bit of fun. Who then puts out a date and says, the event's happening on the 31st of July, and it could be just a hacker having fun with us. This is my real opinion.
Wait, what are we talking about again?
I've watched the 4-hour
Something
video,
you don't know about, yeah.
and when you ask a question, it never gets answered because I've asked many questions.
I've watched that, Trish, with you in the chat.
You've watched it, okay?
Yeah,
the 4 hours
literally avoided your question.
You need to go in with a different name.
I believe that, and somebody else put in the chat, oh, you could get a film out of this. Way before I'd already said this, like to Suzanne in private. I feel they're after a film out of it. It's a story.
Well, you did say something important in that last chat, and it was very nice of you. I wasn't sure if it was sarcastic or not.
Our stream just started to go down.
I saw that. I see it.
But
What
it's
did I
true,
say?
Trisha. You mentioned how stressed she looked, which is true. All of a sudden, she looked the worst I've ever seen her. She looks super stressed out.
I was not being sarcastic. I genuinely feel I've seen her before, and she looked, really nice. And I think she looked ill and stressed.
Yep.
I agree. Her eyes, everything else, her energy, her eyes, just everything looked like she's not sleeping and super stressed.
I think so. Nish, I showed my son, who knows nothing about it, and he said that lady looks really stressed, really tired, and worn out.
And she's talking kind of the opposite with it, like she's excited about it, she's embraced it, and so that was one of the things that really struck me was
suicide
the polarity
cult.
There.
Suicide cult.
Yeah, but Trisha, didn't you say that? Who was going no with their head, but going yes with their mouth?
Oh, that was someone else. I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
But there are people in that chat room saying, "I just want to end it. I just want out."
Yes,
that worries me. I'm seeing people saying they want to end their life because they think that the world's going to end. That's serious. I mean, when you're
we've seen that with other of these kind of time date apocalyptic things.
There have been people who've literally sold like everything they ever owned.
I feel really
or gone and bought like shit on credit cards that they thought they'd never have to repay.
I watched that 4-hour video, and I watched it with scrutiny. And they were all laughing, saying it's probably some hacker having a joke. Who then goes and puts out a date on the back of some potential hacker that's having a joke?
Exactly.
That's my argument.
That's pretty fucked up.
So what, the new day for the end of the world is July 31st?
My dad's birthday.
But it's potentially a hacker that's just having fun with them and messing with them. Who goes and I might get shot down in flames for this, but who then goes out and puts that date to the public when it's...
You're not going to get shot down in flames, because I feel the same way.
The 4-hour video is not available on YouTube because it was taken down, apparently.
That's why you have to download
everything. A lot of
everything.
those videos have been taken down.
Download
I did not
everything.
listen to it.
I watched the whole 4 hours with intent. I took a whole night watching that.
I started it, Trish, and I couldn't get through it.
I got through it, and I was just shocked at how watching that and watching the content that's put out now is like they were having a joke. Now you're putting content out that people are basing their whole lives on is pretty messed up to me.
Exactly.
And the thing that I got intuitively, and I can't help what I get, was they want a film out of this.
That's very interesting, and that adds a lot to it for me because I'm not aware of. As I said, I didn't watch that video, and I'm not aware of all the other stuff around this. I just learned about Lilu. I mean, I've just learned.
And guess what? I got an invite on LinkedIn from somebody called Lilu.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
I forgot about that.
Oh, wait, is it a bot?
Well,
Jerry, invite failed. Would you please?
It was a picture of a blonde woman called Lilu. And I thought, that's interesting.
I find that very interesting. What if Lilu's like focusing on content creators, girl, and it's like infiltrating somehow? Like
Well,
just as an algorithm, you know.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Or
and I also asked, why does Lilu never speak live on a live stream? Why is it always pre-recorded? Was never
right.
answered.
She can never be.
I'm pretty open-minded, but I watched that and I thought, this is BS. I'm sorry, but
I guess I don't have all the information.
No, you don't know.
Leo, you
Don't
should
worry.
watch the
Don't
4-hour
worry.
video.
That's the name.
We'll send you a copy of the 4-hour video and make your own mind up.
But on the other side of all this astrologically, this is a very significant and auspicious time. There's definitely all kinds of energetic stuff happening and changing us. And so the fact that all this kind of apocalyptic stuff got tied into it's not surprising. And it's making all of the other stuff that's actually happening foggy. You know, it's like kind of like muddying the water.
But they've also said with the lunar eclipse that what's been hidden from us is going to be
revealed,
and the light shone on it. So
I just
positive or negative, if people have been hiding things from us, it's going to come out.
I am officially drunk.
Are you really serious?
Drunk on what?
On these fucking hard sodas, man.
Sad. Oh my god! Hi.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
Trisha,
well,
yeah,
anyway.
I agree with you. Like, that was the
Hi,
whole
buddy. I missed you.
The eclipse, the solar eclipse of 2007.
Don't tell me to shut up.
I can't hear Leo.
Can you hear me now?
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Leo.
You
just wait 1 second.
Suzanne got uncorked.
I've misfailed. I'm uncorked. I misfailed. And I love him. And I've missed him.
Well,
and I'm so glad that he's here.
He already knows that. Anyway.
No, he doesn't. All right. Go ahead, Leo.
No, I was saying like, the solar eclipse 2017, like I was mentioning, like the reveal, right? So, and I think the reveal is more like really understanding yourself more, understanding who you are. Where you
oh God, we told you that like a million years ago.
Yes, but I'm like, she brought it up, like the whole lunar eclipse, like revealing stuff. So I think the eclipse does reveal stuff that's been hidden in a way, because I've seen it. Like I've seen it firsthand. Like since 2017 to now, I'm starting to understand myself more. I'm understanding my surroundings more, my environment more. For sure. Now, like this lunar eclipse, I'm not sure how that's going to tie into me personally, but I'm sure for each person it's going to be different. You know, someone's going to experience something different.
But it's like what's hidden from us also, like where people have had secrets and like maybe been shady, lying about things. It's going to come out.
It's been a month of that already, Trish. It started, I think, during the last full moon.
Yeah.
So it's here, and I've been paying attention, seeing lots of people revealing themselves and not realizing that they are.
Yeah.
So it has been, if you're looking and listening, and there's going to be more of it. We're under this for 6 months. Not to mention this particular moon in Keto is taking away. It's a purging. So I think it's really prudent to offer up things you want to release in your life instead of letting the energies take from you. So it's always better to be like, I'm shedding this, I'm going to change this, whatever, as opposed to the worst thing. And some of the things are, people are losing their jobs, people are losing their housing, relationships are breaking up, all that Keto stuff.
Yeah. I've been letting go of so much stuff recently.
Me too, intentionally.
Yeah, intentionally, yeah. Like we've been decluttering and getting rid of more of stuff, but I've been letting people go out of my life as well. Because they're showing themselves that they're not good to be in my, their vibration is holding me back.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Same here. I've been paring back everything.
Yeah. And there's more of it coming
I've
out.
pared back as much as I
mean, you already know.
possibly could.
You already know my situation, so it.
Yeah, but without saying anything publicly, there's probably a lot more that you'll be maybe letting go. Well, not maybe, but need to or will be letting go of.
Yeah. So.
But the one thing that that's always great about Rahu and Ketu is at the end, so it can feel like a death. It can feel like the Tower card in a way. You know, there's so much that gets stripped from us, but there's always at the end, it always strips back the dead skin, essentially, if you let it. At the end, there's always a reason. You're thankful for some reason. It's a weird dynamic with these two.
Yeah, I found some of the harshest times in my life when I look back, like, I'm so glad they happened now, because if they hadn't,
exactly,
it's like
you wouldn't have grown as a person.
I wouldn't have grown. I wouldn't be the person I'm now. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now if I'd have clung, or if it hadn't have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
It feels terrible at the time, but later on down the line, it might be a few years, you look back and think, that was the best thing that happened.
Yeah, totally.
But and it's good to keep that in mind. It doesn't make going through the process any easier, but it is always kind of, it's at least refreshing that there's always a new day. And when these astrological configurations pass, that new day, then the sun does rise again.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we just have to stay positive on what we do want and let go of what we don't want.
And I also, though, on positivity, though, I do think it's fine to express. I mean, let it out.
Yeah.
Especially, like, let it out. You don't have to necessarily. You can let out the venom. So,
I let it out before we went live. I had a situation at home, and I knew that when I get irritable, it's because there's something out of balance, or there's like, I'm not just reacting because I'm in awkward. Something feels wrong and I need to get it out.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's right. It's that whole I, Claudius thing. Let the poisons hatch out.
Yeah.
God, my eye must have like an open vein constantly then.
Even though I felt like I was banging my head against the wall, which I probably was, but hey ho.
I just wanted to see what y'all thought about that.
Yeah,
Nish, you're absolutely right.
I feel so strongly about that Lilu thing, and it's not often I get so involved with things that I haven't put out to the world. But I feel very strongly about it.
You always tickle me in chats, Trish. I always love to see you getting on in a chat.
Did the happening happen already that didn't happen?
No, it's the 31st.
The 31st.
Oh.
Nish, I'd probably hold back if I didn't do what I do and have a business. I probably would be more vocal.
Yeah, well, you do it in a good way. That's why I wasn't sure if you. That was comment.
I wasn't being nasty or sarcastic. I genuinely feel
she wasn't like me.
Stressed.
Yeah, no, I agree. She's looking stressed. It's showing. It's literally showing.
She's not like me.
All good and some ascension. I just would expect to see a different visage.
Yeah, she's still really good.
Did you see my comment about? I said, "Oh, thank God we didn't all go to 5D." What the fuck, Dolores Cannon?
Susan, I didn't see you in there, but I don't always.
No, it was on like either BB or BTS, one of those pages. But I was just like, like, yeah, we didn't all believe in that shit. But what the fuck, Dolores Cannon? Like, because they're all QTT, whatever that fucking shit is.
Yeah,
they all believe in that crap. Right?
I just hope
all that shit.
I hope after not speaking up tonight, I get more people after me.
You're not, Trisha.
No.
Don't.
Everyone,
Trisha,
check out Trisha's channel.
Don't worry about that.
And get a reading from her because she's awesome. So
yes, get a reading from Trisha.
Everyone say goodbye.
In fact, get your numerology chart.
Yeah, it's
because
awesome.
I'm telling you, you will be like amazed. You'll be like, what the? Wait, what the? Like, I still go back and read it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I cannot believe this is pinpointing me.
I need to get
like,
a bell for every time you say fuck.
Precisely, I know.
Ding,
seriously,
ding,
seriously.
ding.
Man, what the fuck?
Because I am like the most skeptical person in the world.
Okay.
And then when I see something that pinpoint, I've never been like I read my astrology. I've never been like that.
Say goodnight. Like, say goodnight. Say goodnight, Crazy.
The fucking
good night.
Good night.
Thank you,
this
Suzanne.
this Trisha